Game number 23 of the Cape Cod Baseball League season, and thank you so much for joining us. Devin Dobek alongside Carson Trail with Dave Roberts alongside up here high above the ball field in Al Graber press box as Mariners and the Kettleers set to go at it for the third time this season and the final time at White House Field. Well, Carson, it's been some interesting games, not necessarily to say that they've been back and forth between these two teams, but a mercy rule win for the Mariners on opening day at Lowell Park, 13-2. They took that one. And then a June the 20th loss right here at White House Field by a score of 18-4. Mercy Roll Kettleers win. So moving into the third game, I mean, we're not even sure what to expect.
Yeah, I don't think a pitching duel is in the cards, that's for sure. Hayden LeFew on the mound for the Mariners has thrown well so far, but at times the staff has gotten roughed up. And this is a very talented Kettleers offense, which has had some reinforcements. Max Ballou has come back from Team USA, and a couple of guys that debuted against the Mariners in the lineup for the Kettleers as well. That was in that second game that, of course, Cotuit won 18-4. So I think that it all depends on which offense comes out tonight and what the pitching staffs do, really.
The Mariners have lost 7 straight, including a heartbreaker last night. Despite their 4 home runs, fell up just short at a 7-6 final out in Chatham. They currently sit at 4th in the Cape Cod East Division standings, now behind the Brewster Whitecaps, who earned a tie against the YD Red Sox last night and jumped over them. But, Carson, let's take a quick look and meet the Cotuit Kettleers starting lineup for Coach Dave Roberts. Leading off is the designated hitter Devin Taylor. Batting second at third base is Nolan Naraki. Batting third in left is Brandon Compton. In the cleanup spot out in right field is Nathan Hall. Batting fifth at second base is Jaron Advincula. Batting sixth at shortstop is Tyler Cerny. Batting seventh, the center fielder Max Ballou. Batting eighth, the catcher Grant Jay. And batting ninth at first base is Luke Hansen. Well, Hayden LeFew will toe the rubber for the Mariners here tonight out of Wake Forest. The left-handed pitcher, 6'1", 225-pound rising sophomore out of Kannapolis, North Carolina. And Hayden LeFew now making his 5th appearance and 4th start for the Mariners, Carson. What should we expect from the big lefty?
A lot of breaking balls, a lot of change-ups, and a lot of swing and miss when he's right. His last outing against Bourne was abbreviated. He actually went 4 innings, but he only struck out 1, not getting a lot of swing and miss. When teams have been able to, or when hitters have been able to get just enough of them to draw the count out from 0-2 to 1-2 to 2-2, that's when they've had the most success. In contrast, when LeFew has showcased his best stuff, like for example against Falmouth, he went, I believe, 5 and a third, throwing 77 pitches, 8 strikeouts, 1 walk. That's when he's got the swing and miss going on the changeup and the slider. Once he has those two, it complements the fastball. All 3 of his pitches play up.
LeFew second on the Harwich Mariners in strikeouts behind his teammate in Blake Morningstar of Wake Forest, who has 18. LeFew comes in with 15. As digging in is Devin Taylor, and the first pitch, we are underway as it's lifted out into the gap in left center field, going back at the wall. Goodbye. 1 pitch, 1 run. Devin Taylor leaves the yard right at 6:29. A blast, and Cotuit wastes no time getting the offense going once again. Just about as unideal of a start as you can get for LeFew. And the Kets on the board first and early.
Yeah, they came ready today. A fastball up out over the plate. LeFew's just going to have to bounce back now, and Harwich again playing from behind.
As aforementioned, Mariners on a 7-game losing streak. First pitch now to the number 2 hitter, Nolan Naraki, misses outside 1-0. But although that streak may sound really bad, there's been 3 one-run losses in that span and 3 three-run losses. So they've all been within reach. Teams have had to earn saves against them. The offense has been there, just unfortunately it's been difficult other than that. It's a ball and a strike now to Naraki. Naraki, the third baseman for the Kettleers, standing in the right-hand side as he awaits the 1-1, fouls it off back. It's 1-2. Mariners wearing their red shirt Friday uniforms with Cape Cod baseball across the chest in camouflage. American flag on the left shoulder. Camouflage hats with their home cream pants and navy socks. The 1-2. Fouled off and spoiled. Naraki lives to see another as the Kettleers wearing their road maroon uniform. Says Cotuit across the chest in black. Black numbers all trimmed in white with white pants filled with maroon pinstripes. And their maroon hats. The 1-2. This one is flubbed over to the shortstop, Weingartner. On over to first, and just barely in time by half a step. And a big first out for Hayden LeFew.
Nice job pitching to soft contact there. Got an ugly swing on the pitch before. Just a really off balance, barely getting a shred of it that time. Able to still induce weak contact. Ryan Weingartner, nice play. Back in the lineup.
Digging in now is a guy who needs no introduction, and that's Brandon Compton, the 2024 Pac-12 Freshman of the Year, and the last player who will ever be able to say he did that. 0-1 to him as a breaking ball is snapped in there by Hayden LeFew. LeFew working quickly. Here's the 0-1 in there at the letters to make it 0-2.
Yeah, good stuff. Good contrasting looks there.
The 0-2 pitch just misses the outside corner, and the count moves to 1-2. Nathan Hall on deck. 1-2's cut on and missed. Down he goes. Strike 3. Brandon Compton retired, and LeFew picks up his first strikeout, starting to settle in after that leadoff home run on the first pitch of the ball game.
Yeah, excellent job of bouncing back there. Solo home run, ambushed, pitching the next two guys carefully, but not so much as he's making non-competitive offerings. Weak contact and a strikeout. Hayden looking a lot more like himself this first inning.
Nathan Hall will dig in, 6'3", 200 pounds, out of Lexington, South Carolina. The first pitch, nasty breaking ball. Pulled the string on it. It's 0-1. This past season was at Clemson. Only appeared in 12 games for the Tigers. 5 hits, including a double and 3 runs batted in. The 0-1s cut on and missed to make it 0-2. He's no stranger to the Cape area. Spent last summer with the Martha's Vineyard Sharks in the in the New England Collegiate Baseball League. 0-2. This one's grounded right between the legs of LeFew up the middle and into center field for a 2-out knock.
Yeah, and an 0-2 mistake. Left the changeup just above the kneecaps. Hall able to keep his hands back. Gonna miss with that pitch. 0-2. Got to be out of the zone.
And now Jaron Advincula will dig in. And isn't this guy on a tear? Hitting .397 coming into tonight. The true freshman out of California. Currently with an on-base percentage hovering around the .450 mark. There goes the base runner. Pitch is in there for a strike. The throw down skips into center field. Advancing from second over to third is Hall without a throw. And just like that, the Cats with a runner 90 feet away and 2 down.
Yeah, it looked like Macon Winslow tried to overcompensate for a slow time to home plate. LeFew, highlight kick, didn't really pay too much mind to the runner. Runner ambushes him, and then Winslow airmails the throw right over the top of Ryan Weingartner.
No balls and 1 strike to Advincula. Next pitch, this one's fouled off to the left. 0-2. Such a dangerous hitter. 27 hits coming in tonight, all for the Cotuit Kettleers. He's also scored 18 runs. Such a versatile player and a fielder, and crazy to think he's doing this just at the young age of 19. The 0-2, this one gets by everything. In to score easily as Nathan Hall, his 2-out single, proves to be lethal as he comes all the way around the bases. Stolen base, and then an errant throw from Winslow, and then finally a wild pitch. And just like that, this game is 2-0.
And that's been the problem for the Mariners over the 7-game losing streak. Wild pitches.
1-2. Fought off, and we'll do it again.
Every mistake has just kind of compounded over the last week or so for the Mariners. That time, wild pitch that scored a run isn't possible without the error that came before that.
1-2 is spoiled again. Fouls it off the plate and will stay there. Pac-12 first-team member for Advincula. He's been on an absolute tear, moving all throughout this Cotuit order. A plug-and-play style guy. We have a quick moment. Let's meet the Harwich Mariners defense out in the outfield. Danny Dickinson's in left with Matt Scannell in center. Cam Maldonado's in right. In the infield, Jake Ogden's at third base. Ryan Weingartner's your shortstop with Cade Curlin at second. Michael Anderson at first. And Macon Winslow doing the catching for Hayden LeFew. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Fought off again. Slashed over towards the fire truck here on First Responders Night. And we'll do it again. Pretty cool ceremony they had before the ball game, which started right around 6:10, in which they brought out a lot of first responders right here in Harwich. The 1-2 rolled over to the second baseman, Curlin, charging in, makes the throw on the run, just barely in time to get the speedy Advincula. But the Kettleers get 2 runs thanks to a Devin Taylor homer and Nathan Hall scampering all the way around the bases with 2 away. To the bottom of the first we go, 2-0 Ketts on Cape League TV.
Or injury, Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is here for you with high-quality, full-service walk-in care. ER expertise meets urgent care convenience at our 6 urgent care centers, which are staffed by board-certified ER providers and located Cape-wide from Falmouth to Orleans. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is open daily and offers a cost-saving option for everything from sprains to stitches, with timely treatment in under an hour for most patients. View online wait times at capecodhealth.org/urgent care. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care. Minor emergencies, major attention.
Home half of the first inning, Mariners trail 2-0 as we take a look at Steve Englert's starting 9 for his Mariners. Leading off is the shortstop, Ryan Weingartner. Batting second at second base is Cade Curlin. Batting third, the left fielder, Danny Dickinson. In the cleanup spot, out in center field is Matt Scannell. Batting fifth at first base, Michael Anderson. Batting sixth is the third baseman, Jake Ogden. Batting seventh, the catcher, Macon Winslow. Batting eighth is the designated hitter, Luke Heyman. And batting ninth out in right field is Cam Maldonado. Aiden Hunter will toe the rubber for the Cotuit Kettleers here tonight this season. Hunter comes in 6'4", 210-pound right-hander out of the College of Charleston, making his third appearance and second start for Cotuit. 3 1/3 innings, just 1 hit and 1 earned run to go along with 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, and a 2.70 earned run average, while opponents hitting a measly 0.91 against him. Weingartner swings and misses at the first pitch. No balls and a strike. Next pitch to Ryan Weingartner. Bounced in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Weingartner, Curlin, and Dickinson due up in the inning for the Mariners. 1-1. Cut on and missed. Ball and 2 strikes. Weingartner did not play last night for the Mariners, had the night off, and has really started to hit his stride here as we've crossed the halfway point. 1-2 is chopped foul, and we'll have to do it once more.
Yeah, such a tough out. So crucial for the Mariners to get him back into the top of the lineup, a guy that was averaging an on-base average of about 500 first few weeks of the year. Cooled off slightly, but the power's come alive despite the swing and miss.
Another chop foul, and it's 1-2. Weingartner on his way to Penn State next season out of St. Joseph's this past year, where he excelled. Was fantastic. The 1-2 misses outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hunter into his windup. Throws the hands over the head into his motion, and Weingartner will pop up the offering. Out in the shallow right field, in to make the play is Nathan Hall. 1 up, 1 down.
Yeah, not the loudest piece of contact we've seen from Ryan Weingartner. Perhaps trying to get back into the groove of things after leaving the game early a couple of days ago.
Cade Curlin digs in, carrying in an 8-game on-base streak. That leads the Harwich Mariner club. First pitch to the Florida Gator misses low and away, and it's 1-0. After Curlin, it will be Dickinson. Curlin did not have a hit in the game last night as he lines this one on cue in the left field for a base hit, and he's aboard here in the home half of the first.
Yeah, third baseman Naraki pulled in and to his left, and it's just steered that one through the 5-6 hole. Nice piece of contact again from Curlin. We've been seeing a lot of that ever since he put on a Harwich Mariner uniform.
Yeah, got good wood on that. Was hitting .303 coming into that at-bat. Now it'll be Danny Dickinson's turn, the newest LSU Tiger, transferring from Utah Valley where he went on an absolute tear this past spring. For the Wolverines, he hit a whopping .367 with a .469 on-base percentage. And Harwich still trying to get his bearings together, hitting .205 with a .347 on-base percentage. Here comes the first pitch, and it's in there for a strike 0-1.
And the thing that's most impressive about Danny Dickinson's second season with Utah Valley is that he doubled his home run production. 9 home runs his first year, 18 his second. That'll get you on anybody's radar, especially with his speed and defense.
0-1 coming home. Misses outside of 1-1. He was the WAC Conference preseason player of the year ahead of his 2024 campaign. Quite the season he had, and just got back from Team USA and helped the Mariners out once more. Next pitch to him misses outside 2-1. He earned a spot on the All-WAC first team, in addition to being named the NCBWA District 8 Co-Player of the Year. Accolades stacked on top of each other for Dickinson, and now he'll be rewarded at LSU. 2-1. Grounded foul over towards Mark Tebow. And count shifts to 2-2. Tonight's umpiring crew looks like this. Jeff Merzel's calling the balls and strikes with Mike Hinojosa down at third base, or rather at first base, and Rob McHugh, the crew chief, over at third. Long look in from Hunter, dangling his arm. Speed on first with Cade Curlin. There he goes. Pop up. Back into foul territory. Giving chase is Grant J, but it escapes. And another life for Dickinson. Mariners currently 3 games ahead of the Orleans Firebirds in the East Division. That is the playoff cut line. They sit at 9-13-0, 7-game losing streak. Were once 9-6. Orleans 6-16. 4 out of 5 in each division will get in. Cotuit sits in their division in third. Dickinson grounds it back to the mound, on to second for 1. The turn on to first, and it's in time. Advincula completes the play. Not enough time to meet the Cotuit defense as we step aside here. To the second inning we go. Still 2-0 Kets on Cape League TV.
Here at Cotuit, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Top half of the second inning. Thank you for joining us. Devin Dobek alongside Carson Trail with Dave Roberts alongside. The Mariners staring at a 2-0 deficit here against these Cotuit Kettleers. Tyler Cerny will start things off, followed by Max Ballou and Grant Jay. First pitch is in there on the outside corner for a strike. It's 0-1. Cerny, the shortstop tonight. LeFew works very quickly out in the mound. Quickly 0-2, getting a foul ball. Cerny, in his 2023 campaign, reached base safely in 46 of the 59 games he played in. The 0-2 is fought off, and we'll do it again. In that same year, tallied 4 triples, and also swiped 10 bags. All Big Ten freshman team. 0-2. That one in there. Strike 3. Jeff Merzel pulls the cord and rings up Tyler Cerny. Second strikeout of the day, and the first looking for Hayden LeFew.
Locked him up with the old paralysis fastball right above the kneecaps, expecting a changeup down and out of the strike zone. Attack mode for Hayden LeFew, despite the 2 runs allowed in the first inning.
Max Ballou's turn. Out of Texas, a sophomore there. First pitch is down in the dirt to make it 1-0. Was first team All-State back in his high school days. The 1-0 is grounded softly back to Michael Anderson, and he's got it. 2 up, 2 down here in the top half of the second. And this Cotuit team, we've heard that they're just very inconsistent with their offensive play. In our pregame chat with Alex Rocco and Joe Pratt of the Cotuit Kettleers broadcast team, they said, yeah, it'll be maybe a 4-run inning, and then all of a sudden, you know, you won't be able to score for 3 innings. It's just been a lack of consistency that's led to them slipping in the standings, down to third. First pitch to Grant Jay, misses outside, 1-0. Jay doing the catching for the Cats tonight. Dallas Baptist product. The 1-0 is swung on and fouled back. Ball and 1 strike. Had an 18-game on-base streak to start the season for the Patriots. Only 5'11", but 218. Big frame and uses it all to hit the baseball. 2 balls and a strike from Hayden LeFew. LeFew impatiently waiting on the mound, and now he's set for the 2-1. Drops in a swinging strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Both secondary pitches looking very good for LeFew early in this outing. That solo home run was allowed on the first pitch fastball.
2-2, misses up high. 3 balls and 2 strikes.
And I think that he's looking to pitch guys backwards, establish the changeup and the slider early and then ambush him.
3-2, bounced in the dirt. LeFew loses the battle. Grant Jay is aboard ahead of the number 9 hitter in Luke Hansen. Hansen over at first base tonight, 6'3", 200-pound right-handed hitter, native of Williamsburg, Virginia. This will be just his 4th game for the Cotuit Kettleers. He's had just 4 at-bats as well, only 1 hit, so a very small sample size. They'll try and take a look over at Grant Jay, but he's back in safely. But yeah, LeFew, a very quick worker, trying to catch these hitters off balance and out of their rhythm. Let's see just how quick he goes through his progressions. Now that he's got a runner on, though, things getting a little different as he takes another look over there.
Yeah, one of the 2 runs this game allowed. Stolen base with a runner running the first pitch. Understandable that he'd be more careful with the next guy aboard.
The number 9 hitter, of course. There goes the runner. The throw down from Winslow is on the money. And they will tag him out. A big play by Macon Winslow to avenge his error back in the first inning. And the side is retired. To the second inning we go. 2-0 Cotuit right here on Cape League TV.
from home, gear up with some official Harwich Mariners merchandise. Order online or visit our booth behind home plate. See you soon, and roll NERS.
Bottom half of the second, and due to the double play, didn't get an opportunity to introduce you to the Cotuit Kettleers defense for Mike Roberts tonight. Out in the outfield, Brandon Compton's in left with Max Ballou in center. Nathan Hall is your right fielder. Third to first in the infield is Nolan Naraki, Tyler Cerny, Jaron Advincula, and Luke Hansen with Grant J doing the catching.
Number 23, Matt Scannell.
Aiden Hunter back out for his second inning of work. Matt Scannell will dig in, a guy who's been hitting the cover off the baseball, hit a bomb almost into the road at Chatham in the loss last night. Made it a 7-6 ball game, got interesting, and the Mariners unfortunately just couldn't get anything going in the ninth, going down in order. No balls in, 1 strike from Hunter. Quickly into his motion, the pitch. Bounced in the dirt, 1-1. Mariners traditionally the much better hitting team out of these two clubs. They clear Cotuit in just about every offensive category, but Cotuit's pitching staff exceeds the Mariners. 1-1 is going to be just out of the zone. 2 balls and a strike. Scannell out of Wake Forest, formerly a Princeton Tiger. The 2-1 pitch to him is grounded softly over to the first baseman, Luke Hansen. And he steps on the bag, 1 up, 1 down here in the second.
And taking another look at this Cotuit pitching staff, their July numbers, they have the lowest opponent's average against and the lowest OPS against. This Kettleers team, despite their depth starting to thin out, has still looked very balanced.
Michael Anderson watches the first pitch strike over the outside corner to make it 0-1. Anderson started the season on a tear, but since then has really been in a slump, just 4 for 30 in the month of July. The 0-1 in there at the knees, quickly 0-2. He also had a 4 strikeout game in the loss last night. Out in the cleanup spot for the Mariners. The second golden sombrero this season. 0-2 misses outside, 1-2. But yeah, the only other player to do that was Luke Heyman just about a few games ago. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball misses up high, and it's 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Anderson leading the league in a bunch of things, but now strikeouts among them. 28 of those. 2-2. Grounded over to the third baseman, Naraki. He gathers and fires across the diamond in plenty of time to retire Anderson. 2 up, 2 down here in the second.
Yeah, 2-strike swing there that looked much more balanced than what Anderson had been taking for about the past week and a half. So hopefully a sign of things turning around as he discusses what he just saw with Jake Ogden.
Jake Ogden, recently transferred to Miami from UNC Greensboro, will dig in. Another guy who's been slowly declining for the Mariners this season. It's 1 off the team lead for at-bats with 70. As he grounds this one by the dive of the third baseman, Nolan Naraki, down the left field line. Touching first and taking a big turn before slamming on the brakes and retreating is Ogden, and it's 2 out single to keep this inning alive.
Yeah, Brandon Compton, a pitcher by trade, patrolling in left field, ready to fire in towards second. Saw one of those throws with Matt Scannell yesterday, gunning a guy out from the warning track. Compton a lot closer, able to make a strong throw. Ogden likely would have been set down.
Macon Winslow will dig in. The catcher out of Duke hit his second home run of the season last night for the Mariners. A solo blast earlier on in the ball game. 4 homers for the Mariners, though, yesterday. Just unfortunately, even somehow wasn't enough to upset the Chatham Anglers. Couple pickoff attempts over at first base. And here comes the first pitch to Winslow. Down low, ball 1.
And one of the reasons why those home runs didn't hurt perhaps as much as they could have is because they walked 0 times. This is typically a very disciplined Mariners offense. Aggressive last night, to their benefit, but also to their detriment.
1-0 on the outside corner for a strike, 1-1. And Winslow, before coming to the Cape, had quite the list of accolades. He was coined the number 8 overall prospect in the ACC by Perfect Game. 4-time preseason Perfect Game underclassman All-American as well. 2 balls and a strike to him. Hitting .227 with a .333 on-base percentage thus far. 2-1 coming from Aiden Hunter. This is down low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. On deck is Luke Heyman. Mariners trying to make this an interesting inning as they currently trail it 2-0 at the hands of the Cats. Keeping the runner honest over at first. Here's the 3-1 offering. Fouled off. Winslow goes down to a knee and spoils it to make the count 3-2. Top-ranked catcher out of North Carolina, where he grew up in Hertford. Pro 5 Baseball Academy alum as well. Payoff pitch coming. There goes the runner, of course, with the 2 outs, and down goes Winslow. Taken down to a knee again. He is retired. First strikeout of the day for Aiden Hunter. To the 3rd inning we go. Still 2-0 Kettleers. We'll be back in a flash right here on Cape League TV.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings, they're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
Leading off the top of the 3rd for Cotuit, the first baseman from Virginia.
To the 3rd inning we go. Devin Dobeck alongside Carson Trail up here in Al Graber press box. The Mariners and the Kettleers going at it for the 3rd time this season. Luke Hansen cuts and misses at the first pitch to make it 0-1. Hansen, the first baseman tonight, had his at-bat suspended after Grant Jay was caught trying to take second. Broken bat, foul ball back to the backstop. It's 0-2. I tell you what, LeFew works really quick. I can barely get a thought out before the next pitch is on the way.
His currency is urgency. Fastball is in on the hands, breaking balls away, barely having time to react. The only time where he gets out of sorts is when, he's rushing a little bit. There's a fine line, and he toes it.
Hansen, a Virginia Cavalier this past season. Rising junior as he gets hit that time and earns himself a trip aboard. Hayden LeFew After going up 0-2 on the count, throws an errant pitch and puts the leadoff man on once again.
And now the lineup card turns over. Devin Taylor ambushed LeFew on a first pitch fastball to start the game. One of the 2 runs a solo shot off his bat.
Devin Taylor, the sophomore outfielder out of Cincinnati. Attends LaSalle 6'1", 215. First pitch in there for a strike to make it 0-1 to him. Hansen with a little bit of speed down at first base. Cotuit not traditionally a team that steals too many bases. They have just 23 on the season coming into tonight. They've already been caught once and taken one. No balls and 2 strikes now to Devin Taylor, who, of course, hit that blast to left center back in inning number 1 to start the ball game. On the first pitch, 0-2, fouled back over our heads into the concourse area, and we'll do it again.
A flat-footed swing that time from Taylor. Looks like he's awaiting a mistake on an off-speed pitch.
Another pickoff attempt, and back in there without a slide is Hansen. Taylor, a preseason All-American selection by Perfect Game. 0-2 pitch. This one's grounded right past Michael Anderson. Looked like could have made a play, but it skips into right field. Rounding second into third is Luke Hansen. And just like that, a pair of hits have runners at the corners with nobody gone down. And I'm sure Michael Anderson going to be kicking himself about that play. Knows he could have knocked it down. And at the very least, found a way to get an out.
Yeah, but that one was scalded off Taylor's bat. A changeup that was down, but over the middle of the plate. Taylor able to pull that one just past Anderson. And keep in mind, he was holding on the runner as well, ranging to his backhand side.
Nolan Naraki's turn. First pitch to the Clemson Tigers, fouled back, 0-1. He redshirted his initial season for the Tigers back in 2023 and played in 33 games as a redshirt freshman in 2024. 0-1, misses up and away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hit .264 in that time for Clemson with a .352 on-base percentage. Mike Hinojosa down at third base, or rather Jeff Merzel, the home plate umpire, calling some time. Probably telling LeFew to slow down a little bit. 1-1 pitch. Instead, it's a pickoff attempt over to first. Taylor back in there easily. Quite the game he's put together through 2+ innings. Home run and a single. Halfway to a cycle. As long look in from LeFew. Now the pitch home on the inside corner for a strike. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Now you have a little bit of leeway against Rocky, who already bounced out. If you can get another weak ground ball hit to somebody, might have a double play.
1-2. Popped up. Should be playable. Ogden giving chase on the way in. Winslow as well. Ogden calling for it. Backing up. Makes the catch. Nice job to tracking it that time by Jake Ogden. And he hauls it in for a big out number 1 that keeps the runners at bay on the corners.
And that's the exact kind of out that LeFew was pitching for. So he didn't swing and miss. Made weak contact and popped it straight up.
Brandon Compton will dig in now. He was the first strikeout victim of Hayden LeFew, who has 2. Second time through the order for the Cats. 4th batter of the inning. And the pitch to him, way out in front of it that time, and it's 0-1. Compton tried to pull that pitch, but it was off speed right above 80 miles per hour. And just cut right through it. The 0-1. This one's popped up foul territory and out over the seats. Almost gets a piece of a fan. As a lot more will converge and battle over the souvenir. After Compton, it'll be Nathan Hall. Cotuit trying to add to their lead early on in the ball game. 0-2 from LeFew. This one is punched right over to Cade Curlin in shallow center. He reaches up, makes the catch. Off balance throw home to try and get the runner at Hansen, but he's in there with a slide. And it's a very interesting sacrifice fly. The Mariners don't think that Cotuit tagged up. And so I'm not sure exactly what's going to happen. I believe they might be placing Devin Taylor down at second now.
So, yeah, the call on the field before the pitch was a balk. Jeff Mertzel, the home plate umpire, pointed out at LeFew, and Cotuit, after the play, has the option of taking the ball or taking the balk or taking the sac fly. Obviously, in that situation, you still get the extra out, and now Steve Englert wants a word. So the balk had already been called, so they had the equivalent of a free play in football. Swing the bat, see what happens, and in a situation where in a Rocky, or rather with Compton, hit a home run, you'd obviously take that result. But a sacrifice fly, you get the man at second anyway, and the run scores anyway. Might as well have an extra out to work with.
Yeah, the frustrating parts for Harwich got to be that Curlin was able to at least get the out. LeFew not happy with himself. His coach going to battle for him over on the third base line. Steve Englert not happy. And when things like this continue to pile up amidst a 7-game losing streak, obviously you want to blow off some steam and voice your opinion. Frustrating series of events for the Mariners. So it's now 3-0 Cotuit with a runner in scoring position by the name of Devin Taylor. Brendan Compton over at third. 0-2 pitch. Popped up. Out into center field. Ranging over a long ways. Maldonado. Scannell calling for it, and he makes the catch. Trying to run on him is Taylor. The throw in the third is on the money. Matt Scannell guns him down. Who needs a cutoff when you can do it like that? Showing off his talent from the football days. Throws a strike over to third, and the inning ends, but not before the Kettleers add another one as we go to break. 3-0 Cotuit on Cape League TV.
When you need to be seen for a minor illness or injury, Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is here for you with high-quality, full-service walk-in care. ER expertise meets urgent care convenience at our 6 urgent care centers, which are staffed by board-certified ER providers and located Cape-wide from Falmouth to Orleans. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is open daily and offers a cost-saving option for everything from sprains to stitches, with timely treatment in under an hour for most patients. View online wait times at capecodhealth.org/urgent care. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care. Minor emergencies, major attention.
Leading off the bottom of the third for Harwich, the DH from Florida, number 29, Luke Heyman.
8-9-1 for the Harwich Mariners. Luke Heyman starting things off, followed by Cam Maldonado and Ryan Weingartner. First pitch to the Florida big man just misses outside, and it's 1-0. While Heyman hit an absolute blast at dead center field last night in the loss against the Anglers, his first of the season. 1-0. Grounded over towards the Harwich bullpen, and it's 1-1. Heyman, the designated hitter tonight. Interchangeable with Macon Winslow, of course, in those two spots at catcher and DH. Checks his swing that time, but he went around, so says Jeff Merzel. That's 1-2. 1-2 from Hunter. Swing and a miss. Down goes Luke Heyman, visibly upset. Giving out a yell of frustration as he marches back to the dugout. And he is retired to start the third inning. Back-to-back strikeouts for Aiden Hunter.
And Heyman knows that he's turning a corner after a slow start to the year, homering yesterday, And I think he knows that at bat was uncharacteristic of him.
Cam Maldonado's turn. Watches ball one, miss up high, 1-0. Maldonado, a guy with a 4-game run streak coming into tonight. He's been fantastic for Harwich as of late. Averages up to 259. As he rips this one out to deep center field. Going back is Ballou. Looking up at the wall. It's gone! Cam Maldonado throwing up a Michael Jordan shrug as he rounds second. His 3rd home run in 4 games. And he'll touch them all. His 3rd of the season, and it's got to feel good for the Northeastern product to start to find it here.
And he might be one of the only guys on this Mariners team to take one over the 400-foot marker. That's Michael Anderson territory out there.
Saw Jake Ogden do it in Falmouth, but not too many we've seen here in Harwich. As digging in now is Ryan Weingartner, top of the order. 1-0 pitch. This one on the outside corner for a strike. And with that home run, it's another $500 donated to the Harwich Fund from one of our community's generous benefactors. So thank you to them, the Harwich Fund. 2 balls and 1 strike now. Mariners have cut the lead down to 2. What a shot out to center field, though. 418 over the fence out there. The 2-1. Misses outside. 3 balls and a strike. 3 hits aside, but Cotuit with the lead. 1 error for the Mariners as well. 3-1. Weingartner right through that. And it's 3-2. On deck, Cade Kurland. Aiden Hunter trying to pitch through the 3rd. The payoff pitch, he got him. Off-speed cheese, pulls the string on it. And down goes Ryan Weingartner. Big strikeout that time for Hunter. His 3rd of the ball game, and there's 2 down.
Yeah, Hunter did a great job of changing eye levels that time. He's really only made a couple of mistakes this game. It just happened that Maldonado hit one of them over the fence.
Cade Kurland watches strike 1 snap in at the knees. No balls and a strike. He singled back in inning number 1. Kurland currently hitting just above 300. Swings and misses at the next pitch. 0-2. Mariners added them to their active roster back on June the 28th. And he's filled in very well for them. 0-2 pitch. This one's grounded right in the left field for a base hit. Almost a carbon copy of his first at-bat, in which he did the same thing. Off the end of the bat just outside the barrel and just found a spot for it over on the left side. A big hit for the Mariners. That brings up the tying run here in inning number 3.
Kurland 2 times in 2 at-bats that he saw something down, just flicked it through the 5-6 hole. Not trying to do too much. Seeing it low, getting his bat where it needed to be.
Danny Dickinson digs in, grounded into a double play back in inning number 1. They'll try and keep Kurland honest over at first base. Harwich as a team coming into tonight hitting .249 with a .728 OPS. That OPS ranks 3rd in the Cape Cod Baseball League, which, as you said, Carson, their offense has been mediocre at worst. I mean, they've really been doing what it takes on this side of the baseball to win games. Just putting it all together has been a problem. No balls and a strike to Danny Dickinson. The next pitch, breaking ball, snapped in there. No, misses up high, and it's 1-1.
And a lot of those offensive performances have been against talented pitching staffs. Double-digit runs against Chatham. 4 home runs off the Anglers yesterday.
1-1, popped up in the infield. Coming in quickly is Advincula, and calling for it is Cerny, as he will pull it in, and that's out number 3. But the Mariners get one back thanks to Cam Maldonado's solo blast out to center field. 3-1, Cotuit on top. To the middle third of the ball game we go, and when we return, Carson Trail takes over the play-by-play duties on Cape League TV.
Here at Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Top of the fourth inning from White House Field. It's 3-1, Cotuit with the lead. It's Nathan Hall, Jaron Advincula, Tyler Cerny. First three due up against the left-hander Hayden LeFew. The first pitch, very high, 88-mile-an-hour fastball missing. 1 ball, no strikes. Couple of runs in the first, one of them earned. LeFew allowed one on a balk as the next pitch is in there for a called strike, 1-1. The latter run came in the top of the third inning. Mariners responding with the solo shot. The pitch on the way. Swinging a shot down the left field line, hooking. It is foul. Skipping up against the chain link fence left to the 330-foot marker. So 1-2 on Hall. Left-hand batter, or rather, right-hand batter with a lot of power. Singled, stole a base, and moved up on an error and a wild pitch. Only error of the game has costed the Mariners a run. The pitch, inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Infield swung around to the left. Cade Kurland at second is playing to the left of the second base bag. The 2-2. Swinging a line drive foul high and out of play. Again to the left side. Count remains even.
He's making some great contact on these pitches. Doing a nice job of barreling them up. He's just been way ahead of it. And he's hooking them, straightens them out. It could be trouble.
The 2-2. Inside, ball 3. Hall jutted his hips out of the way of that one. Full count for LeFew to begin the top of the fourth inning. 3-1, Kettleers lead it. Here's the payoff pitch. Way up and outside, ball 4. LeFew issues his second walk. And now Jaron Advincula comes up.
Second baseman from Cal. Number 7, Jared Advincula.
Advincula, left-hand batter. One of the few freshmen to be named to the final All-Pac-12 first team. Guy who's very skilled at what he does. Led the league in batting average for the first month of the season. Left on left. LeFew peeks at first and comes home. Advincula scores the bunt, pulls back, and takes one over his head to the backstop. Macon Winslow hustles out of his crouch to track it down, but Hall scampers to second. So the second wild pitch of Hayden LeFew's outing nearly took the head off the rising sophomore.
He just called for Ed Marco to come out and talk things over with him. And that's not a good sign. So he'll march out, and they'll have a conversation. He might, I don't know, hopefully he's not hurt. Maybe just something going on with the pitch comm, but he definitely called him over. Jeff Merzell will come out, but the trainer Amanda Lusky as well. So not good signs for LeFew.
Pitching depth already dwindling for the Mariners as well. LeFew making his 5th appearance of the year. 35 in the third innings for the Wake Forest Demon Deacons this past spring. Candidate for a midweek starter, and
every pitcher in the Harwich bullpen all of a sudden loosening up.
This might be an all hands on deck situation. It has been quite a while that since a Harwich starting pitcher has gone into the fourth inning, let alone any further, as he's holding up his left arm, miming a throw, and talking to Mandelusky, the head trainer. Runner at second, nobody out, regardless of what happens here. Cotuit leading 3-1, but bigger problems for the Mariners. On a 7-game slide, falling to 4th place, and now Steve Engler comes out to join the entourage of Ed Marco, the pitching coach, and Mandelusky, the trainer. It was a wild pitch that missed high and arm side over the head of Jaron Advincula, the hitter. Went right to the backstop, and immediately after, LeFew motioning for the trainer.
I mean, I just don't see how he's going to stay in this game. If everybody's out here concerned about him, like, there's no way he's going to be good to go if he called for them to come out. So, yeah, Harwich is going to have to get someone up. And Engler indicating that they will. So, LeFew's night is short-lived.
LeFew departing, and we're going to have word on who comes in just a second. For now, we'll pause here in the top of the 4th. It is 3-1 Cotuit on Cape League TV.
Hey Mariners fans, whether you're at White House Field or cheering from home, gear up with some official Harwich Mariners merchandise. Order online or visit our booth behind home plate. See you soon, and roll NERS.
Still in the top of the 4th inning, 3-1 Cotuit leading. Made it second with nobody out, and after Hayden LeFew departed due to injury, it's Jake Finkelstein, the right hitter out of Babson College, activated earlier today, making his Harwich Mariner and Cape Cod League debut. The righty facing Jaron Advincula in a 1-0 count. Comes set. The pitch. Advincula squares to bunt, pulls back, and takes up and away.
And Finkelstein, you know, kind of baptism by fire. Runner in scoring position, you're going up, arguably the best hitter in the Cape Cod Baseball League to start you.
A check on second. Now the pitch. Advincula squares, pulls back, takes high, and making Winslow cocked and ready to fire to second behind the runner, Hall, who reached on a walk. 3-0. A base open for the Kettleers and for the Mariners, who trail 3-1. 3-0 pitch in there, and now the count is 3-1. Advincula, a tough guy to strike out despite it being a strikeout situation. The 3-1. Now he squares and pops it right back towards us. Mike Roberts playing things very conservatively, up 2 runs. Advincula measures his bat against the front of home plate. Rested on his back shoulder. The payoff from Finkelstein. Swinging a pop-up in foul ground. Playable for Ogden, racing toward the bullpen. Running out of room, he takes a step back toward the infield and makes the catch.
It's a big first out for the Harwich Mariners. Only trailing by 2 here. Finkelstein getting thrown into the game for the first time. A D3 kid, and once you're able to get that first out, get the monkey off your back, it's so pivotal going forward, especially after he almost walked him. Was a pitch away from doing that.
Now it's Tyler Cerny. Transfer to Indiana. Right-hand batter. The pitch. Breaking ball high, ball 1. Cerny played first base yesterday, and the Kettleers lost to Hyannis. They just got mercy ruled by the Harbor Hawks. The set and the 1-0. Swinging a high fly ball center field. Scannell started in. He angles back and underneath it. He makes the catch. Here comes the throw to third base with the runner tagging on a hop. The tag, not in time. Excellent throw from Matt Scannell. Didn't quite have all his momentum going toward third with the wind pushing the fly ball out toward center. But Hall moves up an extra base, and here's Max Ballou. 2 outs, runner at third. 3-1 Cotuit leading in the top of the 4th. Max Ballou, the hitter, left-hander against the righty, Jake Finkelstein. The Babson product comes home and misses wide of the zone with the fastball. 1 ball and no strikes. Ballou yesterday actually came on to pitch. One of the best arms of the day for the Kettleers, as the 1-0 is a called strike on the inside corner. Ballou turning his hips at it, shakes his head, it's 1-1. And Ballou threw 3 innings, allowing 1 earned run with 3 walks. And he did it with a knuckleball. The 1-1. Swing high, drive to right. This one hit well. Back to the wall, Maldonado. It is gone! First home run of the year for Max Ballou, a 2-run blast. And Cotuit doubles their lead. It's 5-1 here in the 4th.
That ball was smoked, hit way up into the air. And a big pull swing. Finkelstein just leaves that one right over the plate. And with 2 outs, another dagger laid into the hearts of Harwich. Another 2 runs. Cotuit scored in 3 of the 4 innings thus far. In that time, of course, it really hurts.
So one of those runs charged to Hayden LeFew, on whom you can now close the book, as the first pitch from Finkelstein is bounced up the third base side foul by the catcher Grant J. Final line for LeFew: 3+ innings, 3 hits, 4 runs, 3 of which were earned, 2 strikeouts, 2 walks, a home run, and a hit batsman. So a busy line for the lefty who departed due to injury earlier this inning. The 0-1, pop up high and foul off to the right. Nothing in 2. Jay walked in his first at-bat and was caught stealing. Oh and 2. Finkelstein delivers. Just low. Couldn't get the call from Jeff Mertzel on a fastball.
Nice pitch that time. Just under the bottom of the zone. A close miss. Tough for the hitter to lay off. Good discipline from Jay.
The pitch. Strike 3 called right on the outside corner at the knees. So Finkelstein allows the 2-run home run, but bounces back with the strikeout. We go to the bottom of the 4th. It is 5-1 Cotuit leading Harwich on Cape League TV.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings, they're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
From minor illness or injury, Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is here for you with high-quality, full-service walk-in care. ER expertise meets urgent care convenience at our 6 urgent care centers, which are staffed by board-certified ER providers and located Cape-wide from Falmouth to Orleans. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is open daily and offers a cost-saving option for everything from sprains to stitches, with timely treatment in under an hour for most patients. View online wait times at capecodhealth.org/urgent care. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care. Minor emergencies, major attention.
Last of the fourth inning, Cotuit a 5-1 lead on the Mariners after they scored 2 runs in the first and in the top of this fourth inning, and then 1 run in the third. In that third inning, Harwich has had their only answer against the right-hander Aiden Hunter. Standing 6'4", 210 pounds, the rising senior out of the College of Charleston, South Carolina native. He threw 3 in the third innings on the year entering today, and he's thrown 3 so far, so perhaps his pitch is limited from here on out. He's facing the 4-5-6, starting with the red-hot Matt Scannell. Left-hand batter, lots of power, which he displayed yesterday with the home run onto the berm at Chatham. First pitch, change-up on the outside corner for a called strike 1.
Yeah, Scannell crushed that baseball. His second of the season. RBI total starting to tickle double digits once again. And it's 9 now in the last 6 games.
0-1 pitch, another change-up on the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Scannell also made a couple of outstanding defensive plays yesterday and today. The 0-2 in the dirt. Didn't bite at that off speed. A ball, 2 strikes. The man they call Tank gunned out a runner from the warning track at second base yesterday and threw out a runner at third from center field today. The 1-2. Swinging a tapper foul up the first base side, out of play.
Also carrying a 6-game hitting streak in tonight. Just tells you the kind of tempo he's been on. The only Mariner with an active hit streak.
The windup, the 1-2 pitch. Scannell bounced one up the first base side over the bag, but foul as ruled by the first base umpire.
Yeah, late ruling that time. Looked like it almost could have gone either way, but the ball just leaked just to the right of the bag at the last second. Scannell catches a break because he wasn't really hustling it down the line. Kind of saw it foul the whole time. Gets bailed out.
Scannell digs in. Eye black striped down his cheeks. Now the 1-2. Swing high fly ball to right. Struck very well. Way back there it is. Off the bottom of the wall. Scannell takes the turnaround first. Here comes the throw from Hall in second. To second, it is cut off and dropped by Advincula. Scannell slides in safely with a leadoff double.
Make that a 7-game hit streak for the big guy. Striping that one all the way down the line. Catches a piece of the wall. Hit that ball hard off the bat and legging it out. Such speed he has rounding first base. That play probably should have been a lot closer with another base runner, but Scannell hustling all around. And it looks like that foul ball worked to his benefit.
First pitch to Anderson. Big curveball snaps in for a called strike 1. Mariners trying to get back into this game after they've lost the previous 7. 5 on the score, last of the fourth. Anderson right on right. Awaits the pitch. High and tight. Lots of breaking balls coming to Michael Anderson, and he's been struggling with it. Punched out 7 of his last 8 at-bats, looking to bounce back with the runner at second and nobody out. 0 for 1 today with the ground out. The 1-1. Anderson takes a strike. Another breaking ball at the bottom of the zone, 1-2. Scannell steps off to second base. Aiden Hunter, the righty out of Charleston, checks on Scannell. Looks twice. He throws. Swing hard ground ball to third over the glove of Naraki into left field, base hit. Scannell had to start back to second, so he stops at third base. On an E5, Michael Anderson reaches And a tough bounce just got over into Rocky's glove.
Who knows? Maybe that will be something, even though it's not considered a hit, that Scannell can bottle up and be like, all right, you know what? I can do this. Just missed it that time, and works out for him. Still helping his team. And now another guy who's been struggling could use one of those right about now. Although he did have a towering blast last night in the loss.
Jake Ogden, right-hander against right-hander, with Scannell at third, Anderson at first to start the inning. 5-1, Mariners trail fourth inning. Step off throw to first, Anderson lumbers back to the bag standing. Hunter in some trouble. Gave up a homer to Cam Maldonado the previous inning. Some hard contact this frame. First pitch to Ogden. Swinging a chopper foul, third base side. Beyond Mark Tebow, the third base coach. Hunter looks in. A lanky 6'4", brown hair at the back of his maroon cap. Left arm tattooed down to the wrist. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Came out of his shoes on a changeup away. 0-2. The Harwich third baseman in a spot where even a double play could score a run. Trailing by 4, would love to get his cheeks into one. The 0-2. Curveball hit high in the air, foul. Along the right field line, still 0-2.
He's been making some great defensive plays, though, for Harwich. He always is the guy who's going to contribute. Made a few wonderful plays, tracking down balls. Almost made a top 10 play in the game last night.
Hunter hunting for the strikeout. The pitch. Check swing on a ball in the dirt, and they say that Ogden went around it first.
Oh.
He can't believe it. A very tentative fist held up by first base umpire Rob McHugh.
Now back for Harwich, the catcher from Duke.
Yeah, I
14,
believe that's actually Mike Hinojosa. We had him mixed up, but that was probably one of the more controversial check swings I've seen. It wasn't even really close.
So 1 out, runners at the corners as the pitch is popped foul out of play by Macon Winslow. Winslow struck out at his first at bat. Snapped a 3-game hitless streak with a homer yesterday. Right-hander against right-hander. Hunter, first base side of the mound, sets at the letters. He deals. Swinging a foul straight back. Winslow with his sights raised manages only to spoil it. Scannell started this inning with the double. He's at third. Anderson at first after an E5. Big hole in the right side with Hanson holding on Anderson. Another 0-2. Swinging a pop-up into shallow center. This could be trouble. Cerny racing out. He dives. He can't get it. Scannell trots home and scores as Ballou picks up the ball and drops it before throwing it into second. Making Winslow a bloop single, and the Mariners chip into the deficit. It's now 5-2 in the fourth.
Number 29, Luke.
Beautiful piece of contact that time, and I don't know why I said beautiful, but it was a piece of contact, so about 50% right there. Winslow just bloops one ever so perfectly. A nice little flare, never hurts, and drops right in out there. Good effort from Tyler Cerny, but the Mariners more than happy to collect that run.
First pitch to Luke Heyman. Big curveball at the top of the zone. 0-1. Anderson at second, Winslow at first, one away. A run across in each of the past two for the Mariners against Aiden Hunter. The righty deals, swinging a foul off the end of the bat. Good swing from Heyman, but out in front of what looked like a fastball at 90 miles an hour. Heyman, first home run as a Mariner yesterday. Lots of power from the right side. The 0-2 pitch. Way up and out of the zone. Easy take for Heyman. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Infield's playing for a pair that would get them out of the inning. Heyman not a fast runner. Anderson at second, Winslow at first. Here's the 1-2. Heyman pops one up out into deep center field. This one carrying pretty well to Ballou. He backpedals and makes the catch. Anderson tagged from second and bluffs as Ballou's throw comes all the way toward third. And now there are 2 gone in the inning. Anderson remains at second, Winslow at first.
Yeah, but take a look at who's climbing in now. Cam Maldonado, the guy who's already homered tonight, swinging a hot stick. And we'll see if he can't find a way to get another piece of contact. That will draw out Mike Roberts. See if he will be making a move against a guy who really had his way with Aiden Hunter back in inning number 3.
Christian Becerra, the righty out of Cal, is getting loose, and it's likely that he'll be the guy to face Maldonado. As yes, we do have a pitching change. Mariners trying to get back into this one. They've already scored 1 this inning, and now they have the tying run up in a 5-2 ball game. Kettleers out in front in the bottom of the 4th on Cape League TV.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Still in the bottom of the 4th inning. It's 5-2 Cotuit, but the tying run up, and a man who's already homered today, Cam Maldonado. He faces a new pitcher, the righty out of University of California, Christian Becerra. So far, Becerra, Southern California native, has totaled 3.2 innings, 5 strikeouts to 2 walks, and a .491 earned run average. He's picked up a save already in a high leverage spot here, right on right. Becerra comes home. First pitch outside for ball 1. Standing 6'1", 170 pounds. Much like the rest of his Golden Bear counterparts, average stuff but a diverse arsenal. The 1-0 spins in there for a called strike.
Nice pitch. Maldonado thought it was going to run inside on the shoulder, instead snapped right over the plate. Made him look kind of silly. Beautiful pitch and location from Becerra.
1-1. Pinstripe pants pulled down to Becerra's ankles. He deals. Maldonado takes a breaking ball upstairs again. 2-1. Anderson at second, Winslow at first. Line not closed on Becerra's predecessor, Aiden Hunter. But Anderson reached on an error, so no more earned runs charged, not likely. The 2-1. Maldonado checks the swing and takes another slider for a strike, 2-2. Becerra wipes some sweat from his brow, adjusts the bill of his maroon cap. He comes set. Checks on Anderson. Now he deals. Swinging a high pop-up. Could be playable for Naraki. Over toward foul ground. He pedals toward the infield, reaches out and makes the catch. Another pop-up at White House Field that proves anything but routine. Maldonado set down, though. Not an easy play for Naraki, but it gets the Kettleers through the fourth. 5-2 Cotuit on top as we go to the fifth inning from White House Field on Cape League TV.
Leading off the top of the fifth for Cotuit, the first base.
Start of the fifth inning here at White House Field. It's a 5-2 lead for the Kettleers. They've got a right-hand batter coming up by the name of Luke Hansen. Kettleers have scored more runs than they have hits in this game. Help of a Mariners error early in the first inning. Right on right, Jake Finkelstein on the mound. Delivers. Swinging a flare out toward shallow left field. Far to his right. Weingartner reaches out and makes a backhanded catch. Boy, I thought that one was headed for the outfield grass, but Weingartner got a great jump. Gliding swiftly to his backhand side, reached up and made the play for out number one.
I think gliding's a great way to describe it, Carson. I mean, he really got over there in a hurry and full extension with his arm to haul in the baseball. Big first out now for Finkelstein.
Now Devin Taylor, left-hand batting DH, the first pitch. Strike one call in the outside corner at 86 miles an hour. Taylor 2 for 2 with the solo home run on the first pitch of the game. Infield playing him to pull. The 0-1. Check swing. Fastball misses outside, 1-1. Weingartner at shortstop, playing to the right of the bag at second. The second baseman, Kurland, step onto the outfield grass. The 1-1. Low and inside. Taylor jumps back out of the way. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Taylor's been a problem today. 2 for 2. Looking to add to that here in the fifth.
2-1 pitch turns him out of the way and misses inside, 3-1.
I still can't get over that home run he hit on the first pitch of the ball game. Wasted no time. Took a few yards out to deep left center. Beautiful swing.
3-1, hit on the ground softly to the left side. Ogden has it, fires to first, in time. Taylor tried to poke one against the shift, but Ogden with excellent range to his glove hand side. 2 away.
What a play by Jake Ogden. That ball not hit hard at all. He had to hustle over there, a heavy shift for the Mariners. And he gets there and then makes a throw almost underhand, the way the ball left his hand. Really low angle so he could get it off as quick as possible. And it's there in time. 2 up, 2 down here in the fifth.
Mariners looking for their first 1-2-3 inning. And now here's Nolan Naraki. Check that. It is Timo Becerra, pinch hitter, right-hand batting third baseman out of Stanford. The first pitch to him, he takes down and away for ball one. Timo Becerra, 2 for 4 night yesterday, has power but has not hit a home run since May of 2023. The 1-0. Check swing and a called strike at the bottom of the zone. 2 outs, nobody on, 5-2 Cotuit. Becerra in for Nolan Naraki, likely to slot in at third base. The 1-1. Swing high, pop fly into shallow right field. Kurland a couple of steps back, waves off Maldonado and makes the one-hand catch. The side is retired. Jake Finkelstein, 1-2-3 inning, first of the game for the Mariners pitching staff. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Halfway home at White House Field. It's 5-2 Cotuit on Cape League TV.
Hey Mariners fans, whether you're at White House Field or cheering from home, gear up with some official Harwich Mariners merchandise. Order online or visit our booth behind home plate. See you soon, and roll NERS.
Last of the fifth inning, 5-2 Cotuit with the lead. A rotation of defensive changes. Timo Becerra, the pinch hitter, remains in the game playing shortstop. The first baseman, Luke Hansen, is now at third base, and Tyler Cerny moves from short over to first. First up, Ryan Weingartner, right-hand batter. Christian Becerra, no relation to his shortstop Timo on the mound. First pitch. Called strike one, fastball in the inside corner. Weingartner 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Left foot on a toe there in the back of the box. Becerra, out of the windup, comes home. Down and away. The catcher, Grant J., slid over on his knee guards a little to glove it out. 1-1. Becerra winds and throws. Swinging a hard ground ball to the left side. Becerra already with some action. The shortstop winds up, throws to first.
Oh.
Got him.
Oh, my goodness.
A very close play. Becerra, freshly entered into the game, surrounded it toward his backhand side, fired across. And Mike Hinojosa, the first base umpire, said that Weingartner was out by a half a step.
Yeah, and you know what? It's difficult, to make those bang-bang calls. Could honestly go either way. It seemed to be a close race, though, in my view.
First pitch high and tight to Cade Kurland, right-hand batter. 1 out, nobody on after the 6-3 put out. Kurland 2 for 2 with 2 singles to start his day. Here's Becerra throwing. Inside, and it hits the elbow guard of Kurland. Jumps back out of the way, calmly unstraps his protection, and jogs on down to first.
He's on base for the third time tonight. He's been fantastic at finding ways to do that. Got to credit him. But Harwich out-hitting Cotuit 6-4. Each team with an error, just getting outscored 5-2. And this has kind of been the story for them. No matter how much their offense can produce, things have started to get a little difficult for them.
2 home runs for the Kettleers, a solo shot to start the game, and then Max Ballou, a 2-run blast. As the first pitch to Dickinson is a curveball in the dirt for ball 1. Kurland at first with 1 man out. Bottom of the 5th inning. Mariners trying to avoid losing their 8th game in a row. The high set. Sepoff fired to first, but Kurland dives back in safely. The new third baseman Hansen is playing with his toes on the grass. Dickinson settles with an even stance. Bleach blonde hair at the back of his matte red helmet. Becerra comes home. Check swing and a miss. Clearly broke the plane, as per the ruling of Jeff Mertzel, the home plate umpire. 1-1 the count. Infield's playing for 2. The righty Becerra deals. Breaking ball outside. 2 balls and 1 strike.
And we mentioned the power earlier. When teams have homered against the Mariners in games this season, Mariners sporting a record of 1-8 when that happens.
The 2-1. Swinging a high fly ball down the right field line toward foul ground. Hall reaches out, slides, and he makes the catch. Kurland tags from first. Here's the throw to second. It is offline, and it skips by Becerra. But Hansen, the third baseman backing up the play, prevents that from rolling from foul line to foul line. 2 outs, and Kurland astutely moves up to second base in scoring position now for Matt Scannell.
Tremendous play made by Hall down the line in right field to get over there, get the out. When you have a 3-run cushion, you can afford to have runners bump up 90 feet like that if it's the trade-off for an out. But now they got to go through Matt Scannell, who's been arguably the hottest Mariner.
2 outs, man at second. The first pitch in the dirt, ball 1. 5 runs, 4 hits, an error for Cotuit. 2 runs, 6 hits, 1 error for the Mariners. Man at second after Danny Dickinson flied out in foul ground. Hall almost tripped on the bullpen mound as he slid to make the play. The 1-0. Scannell takes a strike. Outside corner with the changeup to even the count. Scannell's seen the ball so well. Contrast with all his struggles to start the year. Veteran Mariner entered hitting .222, but over .350 this July. The 1-1. Swinging a cue ball back to the mound. Becerra's got it. Winds up, throws low to first, and it bounces over the glove of Cerny. Kurland rounds third. He scores. The ball's still rolling. Scannell advances to third.
They don't all have to be pretty, Matt Scannell. I know he's been hitting a lot of shots lately, but that time just off the end of the bat. And quick error made by Cotuit. He gets all the way to third. Run comes in. Maybe that's just the break Harwich needed, because it seems like everything's been against them.
Christian Becerra threw that 5 feet in front of the first baseman Cerny on the grass almost. And you're right, Devin. The Mariners will take any break they can get. And now Michael Anderson, who reached on an error of his own his last trip. First pitch, curveball, strike 1 called.
And that looked like one he could give a ride. Late breaking ball over the middle away part of the plate. If he sat on that, would have liked to see him put a swing on it.
Anderson the tying run with the Mariners down 5-3 in the last of the 5th. The 0-1. Outside, a slider. Becerra showing 4 pitches early on. The reliever who came on for Aiden Hunter late in the 4th inning. Decent fastball, changeup, slider, curveball. Runner at third, 2 men out. The 1-1 to Anderson. He swings and misses. Chase to slider, breaking into the opposite batter's box. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jake Ogden on deck would be next. Anderson trying to snap out of a funk of his own. The 1-2. Just low.
Balk.
And they call it a balk anyway. Wow. A quiet and late balk call from Rob McHugh at third base.
Mike Roberts not pleased.
So now there have been 2 this game One going each way and each plating a run. So it's 1-2. I was puzzled at first as to why Jeff Mertzel hadn't rung up Michael Anderson yet, and that's why. Becerra balked. Ruling might be that he didn't come all the way set. Now the 1-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Ball in the dirt. Grant Jade tags out Anderson before he can run to first. Side retired, but the Mariners cash in on an error and a balk. It's 5-4 now. M's down just 1, heading to the 6th inning on Cape League TV.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. With more power, performance, comfort, and savings, they're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
When you need to be seen for a minor illness or injury, Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is here for you with high-quality, full-service walk-in care. ER expertise meets urgent care convenience at our 6 urgent care centers, which are staffed by board-certified ER providers and located Cape-wide from Falmouth to Orleans. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is open daily and offers a cost-saving option for everything from sprains to stitches, with timely treatment in under an hour for most patients. View online wait times at capecodhealth.org/urgent care. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care. Minor emergencies, major attention.
Three, 4, 5, beginning the 6th inning for the Kettleers. It is 5-4. Cotuit now up just 1 after the Mariners scored a pair without a hit in the last of the 5th inning. Brandon Compton, the first man up, 0 for 2. Left-hand batter, lots of power. The first pitch, Finkelstein misses just off the outside corner. The righty down in the count 1-0. On our out-of-town scoreboard, Bourne has a 6-0 lead over the Hyannis Harbor Hawks. They've held the Hawks to just 1 hit as the 1-0 misses up and away. 2 balls, no strikes to the Kettleers left fielder. Orleans beat YD 9-4 at Red Wilson Field. The 2-0. Up and to the backstop. Over the lunging try of Winslow, 3-0.
And you see a lot of the tugging on the right sleeve of the jersey by Finkelstein. I wonder if that's impeding with his ability to release the baseball when he's coming around, because he keeps grabbing at it immediately after.
3-0 pitch at the bottom of the zone. A good changeup. It's 3-1. Wareham is leading Falmouth 7-2. Chatham has beaten Brewster already 9-6 as the pitch misses inside for ball 4. Compton works a walk. First of the day allowed by the righty Finkelstein to begin the 6th inning.
Yeah, and he'd set down 4 straight batters before that, which was awesome. Ed Marco now on his way out to the mound. There is activity. It looks like Mitrovic up in the pin for Harwich. But Marco going to go talk things over, buy his reliever some time.
Mariners down 5-4 in the top of the 6th. And even though they're chasing a 1-run deficit, under the circumstances, it feels like this constitutes a leverage or a situation high leverage enough to use Mitrovic.
We shall see. Mitrovic has had his ups and downs himself this year, but a situation in which he can come in and hopefully find a way to keep his ball club in it. And, you know, it's been fun to watch him pitch. He leads the team in saves with 2, but there hasn't been too many opportunities. And coming into a losing situation is not something he's done too often. So we shall see how they decide to game plan. Offense definitely needs to keep it going, though. I mean, they scored 2 runs that were both unearned last inning. A hit batsman, a balk, reaching on an error. So it's kind of a weird inning. Still need them to step up and get their hits.
Mariners infield playing double play depth. Man on first, nobody out for Nathan Hall. 1 for 1 with a walk, and he scored after an error. He squares the bunt on the first pitch and gets it down at the first base side. Anderson's going to field it, and tag out the runner. Looked for a moment that would roll foul, but the Harwich first baseman gloved it on the chalk and then touched Hall as he was racing by. Compton moves up to second, and now Jaron Advincula comes up.
Cotuit loves the small ball style of play. Roberts loves sacrificing guys to move runners over, especially with nobody out, and especially when you got Advincula, a guy who's been so prolific at finding his way aboard. Quiet night for him tonight, but good situation.
The left-hand batter takes low and inside for ball one. 5-4 Kettleers over the Mariners in the third matchup between these two teams. Much more tightly contested affair after they traded mercy rules in their first two matchups. The 1-0. Swing line drive on one hop to short. Weingartner's got it, throws to first in time. Compton took a gamble, but he moves up to third with two away, ahead of Tyler Cerny.
Yeah, he was positioned real well, holding the runner on in case of a pickoff attempt, and the ball just kind of came at him, something that typically might be a base hit. But a nice job there by Weingartner, and to make a flat-footed throw is not an easy thing to do either. Does a really good job of firing across the diamond, and now you just got to focus on the batter.
Here's Tyler Cerny, the first pitch. The righty takes in the dirt. Good block by Winslow. And right away, a reminder why that 90 feet could matter. One run already scoring on a wild pitch today. Winslow, an outfielder by trade, held his own against Chatham. As Finkelstein delivers, 1-0 misses inside. Two misses in two separate batters' boxes. And it's 2-0 on the first baseman for Cotuit. 5-4 Mariners trail, top of the sixth. Right on right, Finkelstein delivers. Strike one call in the outside corner. The righty trying to dig deep. The highest level of competition that he's seen out of D3 Babson College. Played in the Futures Collegiate Baseball League before making his debut for Cotuit as Cerny steps out and asks for time.
Yeah, still some conversations behind Mike Roberts, rolling his eyes, upset with something out there.
And it was a pitch clock violation. Steve Englert coming down from the third base side on Finkelstein. Trying to ask what's what from home plate umpire Jeff Mertzel. Explanation satisfactory enough. It's 3-1. And Cerny a ball away from working the second walk of the inning. Infield's playing straight away. Cerny steps in and awaits the 3-1. Swing and a pop-up. Could be playable left side in foul ground. Ogden calls for it near the coaching box. He's got it. And the side is retired. Leadoff walk for the Kettleers advances to third, but they do not score as we go to the last of the sixth. It is 5-4 Mariners trailing on Cape League TV.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Bottom 6 here at White House. It's 5-4 Cotuit with the lead over Harwich. Third matchup of 4 on the year between these two teams. It's going to be a while until the next one. Late July is when the Mariners pay their final visit to Lowell Park.
Yep, the 30th, right towards the end of the season. Both these teams seem to be in the midst of the playoff hunt, so that could be a really interesting game.
First pitch to Jake Ogden. Check, swing, and a miss. He went around for strike 1. Christian Becerra out there in his third full inning of work after coming in for Aiden Hunter. Righty went 3 2/3 for the Kets as the 0-1. Swinging a foul off the right side out of play. No balls and 2 strikes on the Mariner third baseman. Ogden 1 for 2. Playing in his 9th straight game. He's been seeing a lot of work. Despite his struggles, 1 for 2 today, a home run yesterday, so signs of him improving. The 0-2. Swing high, pop fly, right side of the infield into the shallow outfield. Advincula calls for it. The second baseman puts it away. 1 away.
Yeah, just unfortunately behind it that time and got way under it. Back shoulder dropped down, and he just popped one right up into the air. Frustrating at bat for Ogden. But he's been so solid defensively. I mean, he's made a lot of great foul outs. Those balls really tough to track when they're hit that high. A couple good putouts in the infield. Really good game defensively.
First pitch breaking ball from Becerra misses high to Winslow. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Winslow behind the plate today. As Becerra winds and throws. That misses low. Hardest fastball of the day at 93 on our stadium gun. 2-0. 5-4 Cotuit leading last of the 6th. 1 out, nobody on. Winslow waiting. Here's the 2-0. Swinging a flare off the hands, popped toward first. Cerny calmly makes the one-hand grab, out number 2.
Credit to Becerra. He's doing a great job of just getting weak contact. These Harwich hitters getting jammed and fooled on the inside part of the plate, hitting it right off the handle, and it's just been, unfortunately, not a whole lot doing for them. Of course, they've scored in the last 3 innings prior to now, but Becerra's settled down and found ways to expand the zone and get lousy swings, so credit to him.
Now Luke Heyman, right-hand batter with power. The first pitch. Swing high fly ball center field. In the park for Ballou, who waves everybody off. Shading toward right, he makes the catch. Mariners go 3 up, 3 down in the 6th. 5-4 Cotuit, despite the Mariners out hitting them as we go to the 7th. Devin Dobek will take us the rest of the way. Once again, it's 5-4 Cotuit with the lead on Cape League TV.
Whether at White House Field or cheering from home, gear up with some official Harwich Mariners merchandise. Order online or visit our booth behind home plate. See you soon, and roll NERS.
Final third of the ball game, and it's a call to the bullpen for the Harwich Mariners. Jason Finkelstein's CCBL debut has ended. A solid 3 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned, a walk, and a strikeout for him. And did his job keeping his team in the ball game as he turns things over to Justin Mitrovic out of Elon, right-hander, 6'3", 200 pounds. Rising junior for the Phoenix there. Comes in with a record of 1-0, a 4.05 earned run average, making his 5th appearance, tied for the team high. 1.80 whip with a pair of saves that leads the team as well. Across 6 2/3, 7 strikeouts to 3 walks and 9 hits. First pitch now to Max Ballou is right past Cade Curlin, but he recovers on the first. The throw is offline. And it'll be interesting to see how this one is scored. That ball scalded at Curlin, but it will be an error. Second of the game charged to the Mariners. And one Curlin probably was just on his heels about. Came at him so quick, took a short hop. Nice job to knock it down, but just couldn't record the out.
And he still had an opportunity with his quick recovery, but he double clutched, or he brought his hand to his glove before he made the throw to first.
Grant Jay's turn now as he digs in 0 for 1. He's walked him and caught stealing in addition to a strikeout looking. 0-1 to Jay. Hitting 8th in the lineup for the Kets tonight. They lead it just by 1. They once led by 3. The 0-1 off the end of the bat. A squibbler over to Anderson. He's going to go to apply the tag. Instead, going to have to go step on the base. And that will be out number 1. Ballou advances on down to second. Bet you Mike Roberts pretty happy with that swing bunt. Just didn't have to give the sign that time.
Hey, the result matters. And a very astute job of Anderson of not playing around. Just going back, tagging the bag, giving Ballou no chance to mess around and think about going to third.
The newest Kettleer to the lineup digs back in for the 3rd time today by the name of Luke Hansen. This one a shallow blooper in the right field, and it's a base hit. Rounding third, heading for home is Ballou. The throw will be cut off, or rather taken in by Winslow, and retreating back to third is Ballou. Great job by Maldonado to get it in. Would have had the runner dead to rights. Instead, it's runners on the corners.
Yeah, a late stop sign there. Mike Roberts reading the throw out of the hand of Maldonado. And a good job by Winslow preventing that from getting behind him. Pressure on to start the 7th. Mitrovic in some trouble.
Devin Taylor digs in. Was on the Golden Spikes Award watch list. Top amateur baseball player in the United States, that is. 1-0 the count. He's the first Hoosier since Indiana's Kyle Schwarber and Sam Travis in 2014 to be recognized with that honor. The 1-0. This is up high, 2-0. Of course, he had that home run that we've mentioned before back in inning number 1. Mitrovic trying to pitch around some trouble here with the runners on the corners. Cut and a miss, 2-1. In addition to that home run, Taylor's also singled before being gunned down at third by Matt Scannell. And then he also has grounded out to third. Mitrovic working quickly, coming set at the belt. And here's the pitch. Pop-up. Shallow center field. Curlin calling for it. Plenty of room for him. And he'll put that one away for out number 2. A big one at that. Still a 5-4 ball game, and now Mitrovic just has to focus on Timo Becerra.
Those are the kinds of outs that you need to be good at getting as a closer, even without the swing and miss stuff. Mitrovic, a diverse repertoire, able to mix his looks, and now a chance to get out of this inning with the 1-run deficit.
We've seen a million pop-ups throughout this ball game. Now it's Timo Becerra's turn. First pitch to him. This is way up high. Nice job by Winslow to stop it. It's 1-0. Becerra out of Stanford, 6'1", 190, rising junior for the Cardinal. Clovis, California native. The 1-0 pitch misses inside. 2 balls and no strikes. After Becerra, it would be Brandon Compton. Dangerous part of the order for the Kettleers. Mitrovic trying to find his way out of the hole he's dug.
And Becerra, a superb line drive hitter, geared for the fastball. Let's see if he pulls the string.
2-0 pitch. Foul tipped. Got a piece of Winslow. He'll hobble back up to his feet, but appears to be okay, as Jeff Merzell will walk out to the mound, try and buy him some time. Winslow flips the ball back to the bat boy and seems good to go. He'll retake his place behind home plate as Merzell dusts it off. And we're ready to get back into it. Nolan Naraki was pulled from the game after going 0 for 2 with a ground ball to shortstop, as it's going to be, I'm not sure, looks like, yeah, a stolen base. Trying to get the Mariners to invest in a play that would give the runner in Max Ballou a chance to score. Mike Roberts, nice job there. Able to get another man into scoring position. The 2-1 pitch. Misses outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. That's just the kind of baseball and brand of baseball that Cotuit has played for years upon years upon years. 3-1 pitch. Checked his swing. It's in there anyway. Becerra thought he had ball 4. Was already a few steps down the line before being called back. Big payoff pitch coming from Mitrovic. Biggest pitch of the ball game up until this point. And it's just off the plate. Really good spot to locate it for Mitrovic, but a few inches outside. And that loads them all up for the number 3 hitter in Brandon Compton.
Now batting for Cotuit, the left fielder from Arizona State, number 10.
You have the base open, and now you don't. Brandon Compton, a very dangerous left-hand batter. One of his 3 home runs this year was a grand slam against Harwich last time these two teams met.
First pitch to him on the outside corner for a strike, 0-1. Compton was originally recruited as a pitcher, but then had UCL surgery following high school and decided to become a position guy. Since then hasn't turned back. Checks his swing that time. Did he go? No. That one much closer than some of the others we've seen called as swings. But regardless, count shifts to 1-1. After Compton, it'll be Nathan Hall. Cotuit looking for some breathing room. 1-1 misses downstairs. 2-1. Mitrovic steps back on the mound. Large gold necklace dangling around him. Takes a deep breath out there. Surveying, now comes home and bounced it in the dirt. Nice stop by Winslow. And now he's a pitch away from walking in a run. Third pitcher Harwich has had to use tonight after LeFew exited in the top of the 4th inning with an apparent injury. Mitrovic up to 18 pitches, 9 of which have been strikes. 3-1 and a balk, I believe, called once again. Mitrovic can't believe it. So the run will come in to score anyway. I've never seen this many balks called. Crucic, Rob McHugh has just continued. That's now the 3rd he's called in the game. I don't think we've seen 3 all season up until this point. Kind of being a stickler for that, but now Mitrovic will have to do the 3-1 again. This time with first base open. Here it is, and it's in there for a strike. 3 balls and 2 strikes now. Runner on third is Hansen. Over at second is Becerra. Compton awaiting a payoff pitch set to come home from Mitrovic. That one runs way inside. Has to be knocked down by Winslow to save another run from coming in. And they're all loaded back up now for Nathan Hall. Back-to-back walks for Justin Mitrovic. And 6'4" Kettleers on top with a chance to do some more damage.
And this really puts into perspective how this inning started. An E4 and a walk, or and a single. Little bloop off the hands.
Hall on the day has scored twice, one of 2 Kettleers to score twice in the ballgame. Along with Ballou. Grounds this one softly over to Weingartner on the run. Has trouble getting it out of his glove, and he throws it away. In to score 2 runs. Rounding third and taking a turn is Compton. And just like that, another error charged to Ryan Weingartner. And Cotuit all of a sudden has doubled their lead thanks to a 2-error inning by Harwich. They just have so much trouble getting out of their own way this season. And it's 8-4.
And now Mitrovic, who has done his job plenty well this inning, has to get back on the mound and face one of the best contact hitters in the entire Cape League.
So an E6 that will go down as. And now it's Jaron Advincula with a chance to blow this thing even more wide open than it's already gotten. Harwich works all the way back. They always trail by 1 and then just can never make it work. Jeff Merzell walking out, telling Mitrovic slow down, clearly in a lot of angst, trying to work as quickly as he can, put the past in the past. And Vincula on the day 0 for 3, a pair of groundouts and a pop-out. Rolls this one to the left over towards third base, but foul. And he's now behind in the count 0-2.
And again, Mr. Mitrovic very quickly out of his set down the hill.
I think that's probably why he got called for the balk. Maybe he just didn't come to a complete stop before going into his motion. The 1-2. This one gets away from Winslow, but he's able to keep it close enough where the runner is left at bay over in third in Brandon Compton. Two balls, 2 strikes with 2 away, and a pair of runners on as well. Mariners trail 8-4. And Vincula awaiting the 2-2 offering. This one lined but foul over towards the Cotuit bullpen. And so we'll have to do it again. Top of the 7th inning. Advincula, the 8th batter to come up for Cotuit in the inning. It's been a pair of errors and a pair of walks that have killed Mitrovic and co. Tyler Cerny on deck, the 2-2. This one gets away from Winslow. Coming in to score easily is going to be Compton. Down into third is Nathan Hall, and it's 9-4.
And now the wheels are finally starting to fall off.
That one ruled a wild pitch on Mitrovic, and you can tell he's in his head. No one up in the Harwich bullpen, though, so he's got to find a way to get out of it. Big payoff pitch coming to him. Trying to avoid going to what would be the 9th batter in the inning in Tyler Cerny. Payoff pitch. This one's lined, but foul. Down over towards the Harwich bullpen this time. It kicks all the way down towards the wall. And Mitrovic trying to relax, take a deep breath out there. Mariners just about 9 outs away from their 8th straight loss. The 3-2 is fought off once again. And we'll stay there. 95 as it shows on the scoreboard, so probably around the 92 mark. Three balls, 2 strikes. Mitrovic coming set. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. He got him. And the inning ends. Vincula 0 for 4 on the day. Not something you'd expect to see. But the damage has already been done. Cotuit's biggest inning of the night. They tally 4 in the 7th inning and extend their lead to 5 runs, the largest it's been all night. Harwich with a lot of work to do, but still time to do it. Find out what happens. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Harwich Mariners Baseball on Cape League TV.
Get ready for big results with our small machines. with more power, performance, comfort, and savings. They're ready for every job. And we're ready with plenty of inventory, the best support in the business, same-day parts availability, and locations across the Northeast. So you can always be ready to work. Milton Cat, always ready.
Coming out of the 7th inning stretch, the Mariners hopefully were able to collect themselves together after a brutal inning where they're picked apart for 4 runs, fueled by just 1 hit from the Kettleers, 4 unearned runs, and a pair of errors committed by the Harwich defense. But Carson, you brought up a great point in the break. This is a night where the Cotuit offense has been absolutely subpar. This is more than a winnable game for Harwich, but Cotuit has only stranded 2 base runners all night. That means out of their 11, 9 have scored, so they've been more than efficient. And it's just been too much for Harwich to handle as of now.
Yeah, fundamental baseball is lacking a little bit. 3 errors, 2 coming the last inning, 2 walks in the inning, wild pitches. A microcosm of this 7-game losing streak for Harwich.
First pitch is going to miss outside. Ball 1, 1-0. New pitcher for the Cotuit Kettleers is Michael Ebner, 6'3", 210-pound right-hander out of Pasadena, California. A Southern Cal student making his 5th appearance for the Cats, even in the count 1-1. Next pitch, cut on and miss. Big swing by Maldonado, comes up empty. And it's 1-2. Christian Becerra pulled from the game, put together a decent outing. 2 1/3. As the 1-2 misses outside. 2-2. But 2 1/3 innings, no hits. 2 runs, but neither of them earned. 1 strikeout and no walks. Ebner comes set the pitch. This one's line just over the leap of Timo Becerra into left center field. A leadoff single for Cam Maldonado, his 2nd hit of the ball game. And a nice start for Harwich here in the 7th.
The shortstop from Penn State, number 2, Ryan Weingartner.
Cotuit's pitching staff, imperfect. Looking at their ERA, they have nobody's qualified to lead the team in ERA. But their road ERA is actually very, very good. It's 2.96. So credit Harwich. Couple of runs unearned. Perhaps piecing together a rally here against Ebner.
First pitch now to the leadoff man, Ryan Weingartner's cut on and missed, 0-1. Weingartner on the day is 0 for 3. A pop out to right, a strikeout, swinging, and then a ground out to short. Over on first is Maldonado. The 0-1 pitch. This is outside, 1-1. After Weingartner, it'll be Curlin, followed by Dickinson. Plenty of production in store for the Mariners. All they got to do is find a way to implement it. 1-1. There goes the runner. The throw not going to be nearly in time. Tough bit, from Grant J. And in there with a slide is Cam Maldonado, showing off the speed.
That's his trademark right there. Get on base and make defenses suffer.
Long look over at Maldonado at second. Now Ebner comes home. Fouls it off. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ebner on the season, making his 5th appearance. And he's been sensational for the Kettleers. 11 innings. Just gave up his first hit of the season to to Cam Maldonado. That one's fought off 2-2, but has a record of 3-0 12 strikeouts to just 3 walks. Whip of .27, which is one of the lowest in the Cape Cod Baseball League. And has not surrendered an earned run yet. He is the guy for Mike Roberts & Co. 2-2, misses low and away. 3-2. Not the guy you want to see on the mound if you're Harwich, but so far they've fared well. Another payoff pitch coming to Weingartner. Big lead down at second. It's going to be a strikeout. The throw down to third. Not in time. Maldonado got a great jump. Seals another base, but Weingartner goes down swinging for the second time today. He's 0 for 4. And Cade Curlin now will dig in.
Good job by Maldonado, trusting his reads. Got that extra shuffle off, and as soon as Ebner committed to the plate, he was off and running.
Curlin digs back in on the day, 2 for 2. He's reached base all 3 times as he pops this one up, foul territory, and up out of play in the concourse area. Wow, there's a lot of activity to try and get that ball.
What is going on down there?
Seems like a dog fight for it. But Ebner, yeah, what a campaign he's had thus far. In jeopardy of giving up his first run, the 0-1. Misses up high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Has some nasty stuff. Beautiful off-speed pitches. Nasty bite in his breaking ball. Good fastball. Just about everything you could want out of a guy coming out of the back of your bullpen. 1-1 is a squibbler over to Ebner. He barehands, goes on to first. Run comes in. The throw is in time to retire Curlin, but he's able to knock in Maldonado. The Mariners get one back. It's 9-5. First earned run surrendered, though, for Michael Ebner this season. Mariners trying to collect enough small victories that it will be enough to earn them a big one.
Definitely something to build off of as a team. If they can score off him, they can score off anybody.
First pitch to Dickinson, down low for a ball, 1-0. Dickinson on the day, 0 for 3, a ground into a double play. Pop out to second and a fly out to right. Here comes the next pitch. This one's going to be into the dive of Luke Hansen across the diamond and in time. What a play by Luke Hansen, the newcomer for the Kettleers, showing off what he's got to get the speedy Dickinson. To the 8th we go. Mariners get one back, and it's 9-5. We'll be right back on Cape League TV.
When you need to be seen for a minor illness or injury, Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is here for you with high-quality, full-service walk-in care. ER expertise meets urgent care convenience at our 6 urgent care centers, which are staffed by board-certified ER providers and located Cape-wide from Falmouth to Orleans. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care is open daily and offers a cost-saving option for everything from sprains to stitches, with timely treatment in under an hour for most patients. View online wait times at capecodhealth.org/urgent care. Cape Cod Healthcare Urgent Care. Minor emergencies, major attention.
Tyler Cerny, the only guy who didn't come up back in inning number 7, digs in here in the 8th inning to start things. Checks his swing, but he went around, so says Jeff Merzel, and it's 0-1. Mitrovic back out there after a tough 7th inning, gave up 4 runs, but none of them technically earned. 0-1. Another uncomfortable-looking swing from Tyler Cerny, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Cerny on the day has struck out looking, flied out to center, and popped out to third. Not a great spray chart there. The 0-2 This one chopped over to the left and foul. So he'll stand in there to see another. After Cerny, it'll be Ballou followed by Jay, two guys who came up in the 7th inning. Next pitch. This one's going to be lined up the middle and past the dive of Cade Curlin into center field. 7th hit of the night for the Kets. And they got the leadoff man aboard here on Mitrovic.
And another one with 2 strikes. Tyler Cerny, the latest guy to put the ball in play, and that's an issue that's pervaded the Mariners over the course of this 7-game slide. Getting ahead but not putting guys away when they do.
So Ballou will dig in. He's grounded out to first in addition to homering and reaching on an error before he came around to score. Not a bad ball game for him. First pitch misses outside, 1-0. Mitrovic has had some control problems, a few wild pitches in there. Mariners trail at 9-5 here, with 6 outs left to play aside. 1-0 pitch. Just misses once again, a little up and away, and it's 2-0. So Ballou, and then Jay, followed by Hansen. All to come here in the inning, barring a double play. The 2-0 pitch. This one's lifted high and deep once again, headed back towards the scoreboard. See you later. Clanging off the White House field marker. Max Ballou got all of that one. A 2-homer game for him. And he'll touch them all, extending the Cotuit lead to 6. It's 11-5.
And that one hurts more than any of the other long balls they've surrendered this game. That feels like the dagger. Ballou's second homer hit a 2-run blast in the 4th inning, and he becomes the latest Kettleer to immediately develop a good track record against the Mariners this season.
That ball went 398 feet. A blast out towards the American flag, lit up by the floodlights. Beautiful swing from Ballou. This one off the end of the bat, squirreling over to Curlin. He goes on to first, just barely in time to get him. Big first out to retire Grant Jay. But how about Max Ballou having a ball game? Scored 3 times, a pair of home runs, and this is not a guy who's typically been known for his power.
Yeah, but that Team USA pedigree on full display just got back in. Probably the only place you could go where the Cape League is maybe a step down.
Luke Hansen's turn. First pitch to him misses outside, 1-0. Hansen has been hit by a pitch and scored in addition to popping out to short and singling and scoring. 1-0 offering. That one on the inside corner for a strike, 1-1. Just made a really brilliant play down at third base to end the inning. Knocked down a ball with a dive and then stood up and threw out a speedy runner in Dickinson. The 1-1. That one misses low and away. 2-1. Cotuit lost their last game by 10 runs at the hands of the Hyannis Harbor Hawks before they beat the Wareham Gatemen. As Hansen loses his grip that time, back comes sailing back towards us. 2 balls and 2 strikes. But yeah, it's been a loss, a win, a loss, and then back-to-back wins dating back through their last 5. They currently sit at 3rd place in the Cape Cod West Division, 1 point behind Hyannis in 2nd, who just surpassed them last night, and a game and a half behind Wareham, all alone in 1st. 2-2, misses down low. Bourne trailing Cotuit in the standings by 3 games, so a little bit of a buffer there, and then Falmouth 2 games behind Bourne out of the hunt as it stands now. Payoff pitch. This one off the end of the bat once more, but stays foul. And so we'll have to see another payoff.
A lot of English on a lot of these batted balls. Puts into perspective how impressive the barehanded play from Curland was. Had to spear it as it was spinning and then make a strong throw. Counts for the only out of the inning so far.
Foul ball off to the left. And we'll have to do it again. The Mariners being outscored in this season series by a total of 31-22. That just tells you all you need to know through not even 3 games. As Hansen goes down swinging that time. Beautiful pitch from Mitrovic. He collects what will be his second strikeout, and there's 2 away here in the 8th. No one up in the pen for Harwich. Mitrovic trying to go the distance here, win or lose. Save some arms for Harwich, who's just continued to burn through them, and now you lost Griffin Kern, you lost Peter Haas, 2 of your best wings, and things becoming a lot more difficult. First pitch now to the leadoff man, Devin Taylor. Misses outside for a ball. It's 1-0.
And at the point in the year where a lot of guys are coming up on their innings limits, many of the people that went to Team USA have gone home, and the starting pitchers for even mid-major schools are starting to come out against the prescribed number from their coaches.
1 ball and 1 strike. Taylor awaits the 1-1, and it's on the outside corner, 1-2. Taylor homered in the first, singled in the third, grounded out to third in the 5th before popping out to second back an inning ago. Mitrovic, a big deep breath now into his windup. Prepared for the 1-2 pitch. And misses downstairs. Tried to get him to fish for it, and he wouldn't bite. So count shifts to 2-2.
Flashes of wildness, but also flashes of pinpoint control. Misses this at bat, much more competitive so far.
2-2 pitch. This is up and away, and the count is worked full. Decent crowd at the ballpark tonight for First Responders Night. Thanking all our men and women on the front lines here in Harwich. Payoff pitch. This one's going to be grounded over to Curlin on the backhand. Steps to it, drops it, fumbles it onto first, and it's not going to be in time. Cade Curlin boots it that time, but he'll be off the hook. It's credited as a hit. Cotuit's 9th of the night, and extends the inning to Timo Becerra.
Curlin, a guy that is so smooth-handed out there, typically does make that play, and I think he'd tell you as much, but that one just hit too far out of his reach. He gets the benefit of the doubt.
Been an ugly baseball game for the Harwich Mariners, and it's all kind of started to unfold in the last couple innings. Ground ball over to the shortstop, Weingartner. And that one, as if on cue, kicks off his glove into left field, and Harwich just looks completely deflated out there right now. That one will be ruled an error on Weingartner. Not sure exactly what's going on, but everybody's seeming like they'd rather be anywhere else.
Now batting for Cotuit, the left fielder from Arizona State, number 10.
It's I'd say one of those games, but there have been a lot of those games recently. Seven losses in a row. The ones that they've made close have been competitive for about 7 or 8 innings. Sometimes the wheels have just fallen off.
Next pitch misses down low. It's 1-0. When the Mariners have made more than 2 errors, they are 2-4 tonight. The 1-0 offering misses up and away. Their opponents make 2 or more errors. They usually have a .500 record, but not the case here. 4 errors commit by the Harwich Mariners, bringing their season total up to 22. 2-0 pitch. Big cut and a miss. And count shifts to 2-1. Harwich has only commit 4 errors, I don't believe, all season. There was a stretch where they played Wareham and things got out of hand. 2 balls and 2 strikes after the foul. But they only made 3 in that game. That was back on June the 26th. Umpire granting time. Bat boy has to go run and grab a stray baseball. 2 balls, 2 strikes with 2 away. Runners on the corners. Taylor down at third, and Becerra over at first. Pitch from Mitrovic. Swing and a miss. He got him. Strikeout for Mitrovic to end the inning, but another eventful one as Cotuit adds another pair of runs and lead at 11-5. Harwich really with even more work to do than they would like. We'll be right back for the home half of the 8th right here on Cape League TV.
Here at the Mass State Lottery, we're known for our monster wins. But there's no bigger win than the $1 billion we provide each year to support all 351 cities and towns in Massachusetts. In our game, we know that supporting local businesses and helping communities is how we all win. Because at the lottery, we're all playing for the home team. The Mass State Lottery. Welcome to the state of winning.
Middle third of the order for the Harwich Mariners due up. The Scannell, Anderson, and Ogden. Scannell on the day has grounded out to first in addition to doubling and reaching on an error. First pitch in there for a strike from Ebner. Out there trying to keep this game as far out of reach as possible. Harwich once trailed 5-4, but since then they've been outscored 6-1. And Cotuit leads it 11-5. Next pitch misses way up high, and it's 1-1. Closing in on 9 o'clock here on the East Coast. Started off as a sticky night for baseball, now it's turned into a nice one. 1-1. Zapped in there for a strike. 1-2. Yeah, a bunch of rain earlier this morning. Fog and humidity. But perfect day it turned out to be. 1-2. Grounded softly over to the second baseman, Advincula, on to first, and they'll get Scannell by a step. One away here in inning number 8.
Now back to Harwich, the first baseman from Arkansas, number 39, Michael Anderson.
Michael Anderson's turn. Anderson, another long night for him. Grounded out to third. Reached on an error by the third baseman before striking out again in the 5th. Been a slow goal all of a sudden for him. First pitch in there for a strike at 0-1.
And that may have been the first fastball he's seen early in the count all night.
Next pitch on the outside corner, 0-2. Anderson played on opening day against Cotuit, went 4 for 5. Scored a couple runs, had 5 RBIs and a walk. He was sensational in that performance. The 0-2 down low makes it 1-2. And then the next time against Cotuit, once again, was actually resting in that ball game. Had the game off, but prior to that had a 4-hit game. 1-2. Popped up, and this one will go up and into the concourse area. Anderson with just 1 hit through his last 5 games, 6 if you include tonight, and 2 in his last 7. Ebner comes set, the 1-2. This is down low, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And he's just been getting a steady diet of breaking balls, curveballs, sliders, even change-ups. Never getting anything straight to hit, even in challenge situations.
2-2 pitch. Breaking ball up high, and count has worked full. This is the only active game going on in the Cape Cod Baseball League. Everything else is final. We'll run through those scores for you in a moment. 3-2. Grounded softly over to Hansen at third. The throw on to first is dug out, and it's yet another ground ball out for Harwich. Back-to-back in the inning. 2 up, 2 down. Chatham defeated the Brewster Whitecaps by a score of 9-6 earlier today over at Stony Brook Field. Orleans topped the Whitey Red Sox 9-4, so they will inch in and be just 2 games behind Harwich if tonight's score prevails. Bourne defeats the Hyannis Harborhawks by way of shutout, 6-0 that final over at Doran Park, and then Wareham able to defeat the Falmouth Commodores by a final score of 9-2 at Gov Fuller Field. Steve Engler having a conversation with Jake Ogden ahead of his at-bat here in the 8th. Ogden has singled, struck out, and popped out. On deck will be Winslow. Harwich trailing by 6 here. 6 errors in the ballgame. 4 for Harwich, 2 for Cotuit. Hebner comes set. And here's the first pitch. Big cut and a miss from Ogden. Elevated his hands and an unbalanced swing through that one, 0-1.
Ogden always so aggressive. That one chasing out of the zone. That's been the source of his struggles at the plate.
0-1 pitch. Another big cut and a miss. Pitch up high in the zone, and Ogden going to have to protect now. It's 0-2. Ogden 1 for 3 with a single. Awaiting the 0-2. Misses way up high that time. Tried to go back to it and missed his spot. 1-2.
Guy expands twice. Why not? Go even further out of the zone. Don't give him anything in the zone.
1-2. Swing and a miss. Down goes Ogden. Elevated a fastball, rose the eyes, and the inning ends. Harwich goes down quietly in order. They'll have to go out one more time here in the 9th inning in jeopardy of losing their 8th straight. We'll be right back in a flash. 11-5 on Cape League TV. Call to the bullpen. Night is over for Justin Mitrovic. He exits after 2 innings, 5 hits, 6 runs, only 2 earned, 3 strikeouts, and 2 walks. An interesting outing for him, and one he'll likely want to move on from rather quickly. Turns things over to Michael Benzer. And Carson, what can you tell us about the new wing for Harwich?
Good stuff, but can be wild at times. Couple of appearances so far for the Mariners.
First pitch is grounded over to Ogden. Dives, makes the play. The throw across the diamond is offline, so it'll be an infield single for Nathan Hall. His second of the day and his 4th time reaching base.
And more on Benzer. He's thrown 6 2/3 for the Mariners this year. 10 strikeouts, but 8 walks and 2 hits. That one the third, and that one stayed on the infield.
Jaron Advincula, the only person to not score in this Cotuit lineup other than Grant Jay. He hasn't even been on base for that matter, so the only one to not reach base in the Cotuit lineup. Ahead in the count 1-0, grounded out to second back in inning number 1, popped out to third in the 4th, then grounded out to short, struck out. So it's 2 balls and no strikes, a pitch clock violation credited to Benzer. And he comes set. Here's the pitch. Misses way up high, and it's 3-0. His control all over the place right now. Having trouble finding it.
Real high effort delivery. Hat comes off nearly every pitch. Really likes cutting it loose, better and worse.
3-0 in there for a strike, 3-1. And yeah, a lot of his outings we've seen thus far. No shock to see more balls than strikes. He's a guy who tries to paint corners and edges, and sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. 3-1. Bounced in the dirt. Blocked by Macon Winslow. And it's a free 90 feet granted from Benzer, as now first and second ahead of Tyler Cerny. Cerny on the day struck out looking back in the second inning, flied out to center field in the 4th before popping up to third in the 6th and singling in, coming around to score in the 8th. First pitch misses down low, 1-0. Benzer's hat continues to fall off just about every pitch thanks to that long hair and quick, aggressive, violent downward motion throughout his follow-through. 1-0. Bounced in the dirt. That one gets away from Winslow. He has no idea where it is. Both runners will move up the station, and it's now second and third with nobody gone down.
Late break for Advincula, too. Winslow focused on the lead runner. He's been a cat behind home plate the last few times he's been out. Not even he could corral Benzer's offering that bounced in front of home plate.
2-0. Grounded softly over to Ogden on the short hop. Picks it up. Fires it across the diamond in time. Advancing from second down to third. The throw on the money. They get him. What a throw to gun down Jaron Advincula, who tried to take third rather. Nice job by Anderson to get the ball back over in time, and run does come in to score, but the Mariners will exchange it for a pair of outs.
Wow, that's an exchange you'll happily make, especially the way it was done. Great throw by Michael Anderson, just could not make a better one. The glove was right there for the foot of the sliding Advincula.
First pitch misses up high, 1-0. So Ballou comes up, having the game of the season for himself. Ironically enough, this is the smallest margin between these two teams on the scoreboard to date. 2 balls and no strikes now. Benzer has thrown now 10 pitches, and only 3 of them have landed in the strike zone. And the 2-0. Misses inside, 3-0.
And 2 of those strikes have been balls put in play. So it's a wonder that Cotuit isn't taking all the way every at-bat.
3-0 pitch. That one just off the outside corner. A green light given to Ballou. And why not? Guy with a pair of home runs tonight. 3-1. Also probably electing to be a little more aggressive given the lead his team has. That one misses down low, and Benzer issues a walk, his second of the inning. The walks have been a problem for him, in addition to the control.
Yeah, there's a big difference between being effectively wild and just wild. At the beginning of the year, through Benzer's first couple of outings, he was the former, and then I think with his outing against Chatham, and now the beginnings of another outing here against Cotuit, looking more like the latter.
First pitch is fouled off, 0-1. That was the 14th pitch from Benzer, just the 5th strike. Once again, with contact. Grant J. on the day 0 for 3. A walk and a strikeout. He's also been caught stealing, but not this time, as this one is cranked out to deep left field. And you can kiss it goodbye over the tree line here at White House Field. Grant J., the only guy who hasn't come around, finds a way to leave the yard late here in the 9th. And that improves it to 14 runs for the Kettleers. .422 feet and 108 miles per hour off the bat for the number 8 hitter. What a shot. Blows this game even more wide open than it already is. First pitch, I believe, got a piece of Hansen. So he's headed down to first. A hit batsman for Benzer. And Harwich, given what's going on in the ball game, I mean, they're just going to stick with Benzer. Probably not a game that they're going to go on to win. Top of the order once again, turning the lineup card over for the 5th time. This will be the 6th plate appearance for Devin Taylor. First pitch misses down low, 1-0.
And his misses have really sort of been in two vicinities, up and arm side or down and glove side. Something might be off mechanically.
As you can see Devin Taylor literally stepping out of the batter's box when the pitch was coming, making him throw a strike before even thinking about hitting. Taylor 3 for 5 on the day. Fouls off this next pitch, and now he's behind in the count 1-2. Taylor a home run on the first pitch of the ball game back in inning number 1. Then he singled in the 3rd and singled in the 8th. Benzer rucks and fires. The 1-2's bounced in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Umpire Jeff Brazell requesting some baseballs. 2-2. Bounced in the dirt. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 21st pitch for Benzer. Just 8 strikes. Cotuit's already tallied 3 in the inning. They lead it by 9 over the Mariners. This was once a 1-run ball game just a few innings ago. That one gets way away. And it's another walk, the 3rd issued of the inning. Down into second goes Hansen. And Taylor aboard at first.
Sixth walk in the past 2 outings for Michael Benzer.
Now batting for Cotuit, the shortstop from Stanford, number 12, Timo Becerra.
Timo Becerra will dig in. Since coming in relief for Naraki, has walked and reached on an error. 8th batter of the inning to face Michael Benzer. And he runs one inside. It's 1-0. Dangling that left arm, now comes set at the belt. And the pitch. This is low and in. 2 balls and no strikes. Steve Englert on his way out to the hill, looking around as if for help. And, yeah, Benzer just does not have it tonight. 33% strike ratio out of the pitches he's thrown. They'll continue to converse over on the hill. And
looks like Sam McNulty's getting his arm loose, just in case. Cotuit threw a couple of position players in a similar defeat to Hyannis yesterday. Max Ballou came out throwing knuckleballs that game. Luke Hansen also threw 2/3 of an inning with much less success.
2-0. This is down low, 3-0. Cotuit has outscored the Mariners this season now, 34-22. The 3-0 pitch. That one misses down low. And it's another walk from Benzer. That will be his 4th of the inning. He's also hit a man, given up 3 earned runs, and now Steve Englert left with no choice but to yank him. And we'll step aside as he makes that move and be right back. 14-5, the Kettleers on top here on Cape League TV. Nowhere to put him as Jake Ogden will come in for relief. The third baseman, looks like McNulty headed out to third, defensive replacement. One more run would effectively end the ball game. So what could be the final batter is Brandon Compton as Ogden throws a first pitch strike. 83 miles per hour that time. And the 0-1, this one's fouled back, and 0-2. Ogden really climbing the ladder. That one 86. Pumping the gun. 0-2 from him. This one's popped up. Foul territory, leaking over towards the bullpen. McNulty crossed up, falls down. And it's another blunder for the Mariners that extends the inning for Cotuit. That pitch was 88 miles per hour out of the hand of Ogden, though. His velocity has been out of this world, considering he's a third baseman. No balls, 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch to Compton. Grounded up the middle. In to score is Luke Hansen. And right behind him is Devin Taylor. Cotuit adds a pair. And it's 16-5.
Ogden ahead in the count, having a lot of the same issues that the rest of the Mariners staff is having. Looking at his collegiate career, he actually did pitch before, listed as a two-way guy at Barry University before he transferred to UNC Greensboro.
16-5. The pitch. First one misses up high, 1-0. Cotuit leading by 11 here. Pitch. This one's lifted high and foul off to the left. Count shifts to 1-1. I mean, it did not seem like we were going to see a game that would be decided by double digits early on. But Cotuit has had their most productive inning here in the ninth, a 5-run ninth, and counting, still with two guys on. This one's lifted high and out to center field, ranging over his Scannell. He's under it and puts it away for out number 3, but not before the Cats add 5 runs and lead it by 11. Harwich coming up for their last licks on the other side of the break, right here on Cape League TV. To the ninth, or the bottom of the ninth, we go. Vince Vittori digging in. He's got a team-high 467 on-base percentage. Awaiting the first pitch from Ebner, the righty-on-righty. Fouled off to make it 0-1. Ebner came in inning number 7 and has done a great job of keeping this thing far out of reach, in addition to the help from his offense. The 0-1 off the end of the bat. And that will quickly make it 0-2 to the Elon product. So Winslow exits the day 1 for 3 with a single. Harwich being out hit 12-7. Outscored 16-5. The 0-2 is spoiled. And Vittori hangs in there. Sam McNulty on deck. Here comes the 0-2. Fouled off. Vittori doing a nice job to stay alive against one of the best in the Cape Cod Baseball League.
Vittori has been very productive his last few times he's appeared. Down in an 0-2 count off the bench.
0-2. Swing and a miss. Down he goes. Strikeout number 3 for Ebner. And it's 1 up, 1 down here in the ninth.
Pinch hitting for Harwich from Boston College, number 7.
Former Blue Devil set down instead of the current Blue Devil. Pinch hitting for Macon Winslow. Vittori transferred from Duke to Elon.
Sam McNulty, a fellow ACC guy, will dig in out of Boston College. Came in as a defensive replacement when Ogden went to pitch back in the top half. Day is over for Luke Heyman, 0 for 3 with a strikeout. McNulty ahead in the count now, 1-0. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. On deck, I would imagine. Looks like it still will be Maldonado, if I'm not mistaken. Cut and a miss from McNulty on the off-speed pitch that time. 79 miles per hour. That's 1-2. McNulty waggling the bat around in front of him. Now here comes the 1-2 pitch. Spoils it. Over towards the on-deck circle. And we'll stay at 1-2. Another 1-2 pitch. Misses outside, 2-2.
McNulty first at bat. Not expanding. Not a particularly competitive offering there, but always refreshing to see a guy looking locked in.
2-2. Misses up high, 3-2. It would take probably one of the greatest comebacks in Cape League history in order for this thing to turn around. Already 1 away here in the 9th. Payoff pitch. That will earn him a walk, ball 4. So he jogs down to first, and the Mariners with a small piece of what could be quite the rest of the evening.
And that's the first walk that they've drawn in the past 2 games. Did not draw a base on balls against Chatham yesterday. And now their first walk today comes in the 9th inning. And this game's already been decided.
Pitch to Maldonado, misses inside, gets away from the catcher. McNulty down to second. And he's in there standing.
And that got a real piece of Jeff Mertzel, the home plate umpire. He's down on a knee. Somebody's in the stands shouting, game over. Amanda Lusky out from the third base dugout to check in on Mertzel, along with, she joins the 2 other field umpires. Hard to tell where that got him. It got him on either the arm or the hand.
Yeah, everybody seems to have some sort of smile, though, which is a good sign. Prolonging what's been an interesting game nonetheless. Mike Roberts thought about joining the mound visit. And Merzell appears to be okay. So he'll climb back in behind the catcher, who shares a joke with him in Grant J. And nice to see him doing okay, and he gets a lukewarm ovation from the remaining Harwich Mariners spectators. 1 ball and no strikes here to Cam Maldonado. Ebner gets set, and here's the pitch. Misses up high, 2 balls and no strikes.
Arm getting loose along the right field line. Cam Schulke. If Ebner runs out of gas.
2-0, misses up high, 3 balls and no strikes. So yeah, Schulke is loosening. It would be a shame to see Ebner taken out of this game after what he's proved to be up to this point in the season. Maldonado walks, that's back-to-back walks issued. And Mike Roberts will come out, and we'll see if he makes the change. He will definitely talk things over with Ebner.
Check that, that's Dylan Howenitz. Sam McNulty's teammate at Boston College. He's getting loose. Schulke is set down.
I've not seen Roberts reach for the ball yet, unless he's just trying to buy more time for his wing. Merzell will make his way out there, and Roberts exits the mound. No indication yet. It looks like he's going to stick with Michael Ebner, at least for the meantime.
Now batting for Harwich, the
Weingartner will dig in. Top of the order for the 5th time today. Weingartner 0 for 4 on the day. One of just 2 Mariners, or rather 3 with 0-fers on the day. Danny Dickinson and Luke Heyman in addition. 1-0 pitch is on the inside. No, just misses inside. It's 2 balls and no strikes.
And all the more remarkable because Weingartner consistently has been on base even when he has not hit the baseball.
2-0. This one is cranked out to deep left field, going back at the wall. See you later. Ryan Weingartner says never say die and launches this one out of White House Field. His 4th home run of the season. And it's a positive for the Mariners to end on if this thing does not end in a W.
Consolation long ball there.
That one was crushed. Yeah, consolation long ball. But nice to pad the stacks. And Roberts, we'll see if he elects to pull Ebner now. Bases are clear. The score has shifted to 16-8. 98 off the bat. That one sailed 399 feet into the night sky. First pitch in there for strike 0-1 to Cade Kurland. Weingartner now just 1 off the team lead for home runs, which is held by Michael Anderson. Kurland behind in the count now, 0-2.
Another Mariner home run means another $500 donated to the Harwich Fund from one of our community's generous benefactors. So, extra $500 this inning.
Yeah, I'm sure. That's definitely another positive that you can take out of the... Unless you're maybe the one who shut the game off, went to bed in the 9th, and waking up to a $500 bill. 0-2. Popped up and out of play. But yeah, Harwich Fund's done so much great stuff. So nice that Harwich could at least find a way on First Responders Night. Give another little something back. No balls, 2 strikes to Cade Kurland. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Down he goes, and he's tagged out. Out number 2. And 4th strikeout for Ebner. And Ebner, of course, had an ERA of 0 coming in tonight. He's given up 4 earned runs. So very uncharacteristic of him. Harwich can at least be happy that that's happened. And granted, he wouldn't have been in the ballgame this long, but if it had been closer, we really would have an interesting finish after the Weingartner home run. Dickinson now flares one down the left field line, and it bounces, they're going to say, foul. And so Dickinson sent back to the batter's box to do it again. He's currently 0 for 4. 2 groundouts, a pop out, and a fly out. Officially been over 3 hours since first pitch back at 6:29. And it's really felt like the game has slowed down all of a sudden. 0-1. That one misses outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Matt Scannell on deck. I mean, yeah, once again, Harwich putting up 8 runs, and it's not going to win him a baseball game. This one gets away. 2 balls and a strike. Ebner's control starting to subside. He's up to now 60 pitches after the next one. 35 have been strikes. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Cuts and misses at that one. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Still 2 away here in the 9th inning. Mariners down to their final strike. And the pitch. Breaking ball. That one got a piece of Dickinson. And he'll be aboard now. And we'll see. Cotuit will make a move. It looks like they will not. So Matt Scannell will dig in. You would imagine Ebner's probably got 1 more batter before Roberts is forced to yank him for his own sake. So Dickinson's aboard for the first time tonight after being hit by a pitch. First pitch to Scannell in there for a strike, 0-1. Scannell grounded out to first in the second inning, doubled and scored in the fourth, reached on an error and scored in the fifth before grounding out in the eighth. 0-1. Bounced in the dirt. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mariner staff with a 5.18 earned run average coming into tonight. That will certainly go up. Cotuit, though, a 4.46. They've surrendered 8 here tonight. So that pitch runs inside. 2 balls and a strike now to Matt Scannell.
Ebner might be close to the end of his line. He threw 64 pitches at USC on 2 occasions, but both of those in the early part of May.
Long outing for him. Might be his last one. And Roberts squeezing everything out of him. Of course, we'll never know for certain, but granted it's his 5th appearance, and he's up to 60-something odd pitches. Probably telltale signs that he's on his way out for one reason or another. 2-2 is popped back and out of play. Still some fans at the ballpark taking this one in. Credit to them, a lot of diehard faithful Mariners fans. Trying to see every pitch, I'm sure. The 2-2. This one's lifted out to center field. Ranging over to his left is Ballou, and he's there to haul it in, and that's the ball game. A 16-8 final. We'll break it all down very briefly after a quick 20-second break. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back for the Harwich Mariner postgame show. Welcome into the Harwich Mariners postgame show. Along with Carson Trail, I'm Devin Dovek. The Mariners fall for the 8th straight time this season by a final score of 16-8. Carson, it was a game that was well within reach. I mean, we take a look back through our box score here, and at the end of the 5th inning, at the end of the 6th inning for that matter, it was 5-4. Mariners trailing by a run, and then it was just an all-out fiasco. 11 runs pushed across by Cotuit in the last 3 innings, and a lot of them unearned. It was just ugly baseball Mariners look deflated. Some of them look like they'd rather be anywhere else. And it's not to bash on the team, but just when you can visibly see the body language, and just, it was a tough stretch for them. And they'll have to find a way to shake it ahead of tomorrow. Big game against YD, but that's not here or there for the moment. But yeah, your initial takeaways after this one, Carson.
They had it. They had the game close. It was an error to start the 7th inning, a flare single over the head of Michael Anderson, 2 walks, and then a throwing error that allowed a couple of those runs to score. So it's a myriad causes, right? But those that you can look back on this now 8-game stretch with and say, yeah, this has been a pattern, right? Like the walks, the wild pitches, the hit batsman, all things that Harwich needed to improve upon if they wanted to get out of this stretch, and they have not. So the assignment is clear. Not saying it's easy, but it's easy to wrap your head around. It really isn't rocket science, I don't think. And these players and the coaching staff knows that they are capable of playing better baseball than they currently are. And I think that, well, it can certainly get better than what's been going on.
I mean, they put up 8 runs, and you think that should win you some baseball games, and it's just not happening. I mean, they put up 6 last night, lost 7-6, and then you think back, whatever you want to think about, it's just been heartbreaking losses for Harwich. This time, kind of a little more demoralizing one because it just got out of hand in such a hurry. But, I mean, you dropped to 9-14, 8 straight. What needs to change, Carson? Because clearly something is not working, and I know you mentioned all those points about the wild pitches and stuff, but Harwich seems to be in all these ball games. They're just kind of missing that win factor.
And sometimes it takes to win to remember how to win. It's circular reasoning, but they might just need a break and to remember that, like, not how to be a competitor, but what it means to come out to an unfamiliar place, live with people that you've never met before, and really dig deep. Sometimes it takes a break for that to happen. And Harwich has had none of those go their way, at least none substantial enough for them to come away with a good feeling away from the ballpark. And sometimes that's what it takes to build. You need momentum to start building momentum. It doesn't just materialize spontaneously.
The 8-game losing streak is the largest since 2017, just about 7 years ago, in which it reached 11. The Mariners hoping it will not get there, but they've got a difficult road ahead, playing against 3 teams who've had their number all season long. Tomorrow it's going to be 5 o'clock against the YD Red Sox before July the 14th, in which they host the Wareham Gatemen, a team that's smoked them just about every time, start to finish. And then they take on the Bourne Braves, who they beat once pretty handedly, 10-2, before going out to Doran Park and losing a tough one in which the offense was almost non-existent. 5-2-1 that was. So 3 games, and you're trying to play against the streak now at this point. Get a win, get back in the win column, gain some confidence, and go from there. But you know what? This group of guys, great group of young men, and they're more than willing to bounce back. A very resilient bunch, and it's just been a tough stretch, but they've been doing enough to win ball games. Just unfortunately, everything's come together at different times, and sometimes that's just how the game works. So, Carson, YD tomorrow. You and Skyler will have the call. Hopefully, weather permitting, we get that one in. 5 o'clock, first pitch scheduled at Red Wilson Field. But for now, let's read you through the final box score one last time. A game that lasted 3 hours and 5 minutes. The win goes to Christian Becerra. The loss, Hayden LeFew. Cotuit 16 runs on 12 hits with a pair of errors and 6 guys left on. Harwich 8 runs on 8 hits with 4 errors and 5 left on. So there you have it. Mariners now trailing the season series 2-1 against the Cotuit Kettleers. They will look to bounce back tomorrow against YD. So, on behalf of our entire media team,
You're good. What mic is this? This mic. Okay. Yeah, you can, if you come put the headphones on, like, don't worry about that. You can actually hear the static in the headphones. You can. Like, you can hear what we're hearing. Do you hear that?
Yep.
So we've got to mess with stuff. I don't think it's this, because this is just how loud we hear stuff in our headphones.
I was just turning it down because we're loud.
Okay. Yeah, I'll turn my, well, let me take a picture of the mixer real quick so we know what we had before.
This is also now super loud.
Yeah, I'm just turning this up so we can actually hear that extra. Oh, this is left and right, okay.
Wow, you can pick up a lot of stuff here with this.
Yeah. Jesus, I'm so loud too. This is all. Let me I don't think it's this, because this is just how loud we hear stuff in our headphones. Okay, yeah, I'll turn my. I'm gonna take a picture of the mixer real quick so we know. Oh, it's gonna loop. Be careful. Oh wait, it's not gonna loop. Yeah, I'm just turning this up so we can actually hear that extra. Yeah, because that's freaking loud. Okay, so that cuts out
Right.
that background audio.
We're so far behind.
Oh wait, we're here now. Jesus, I'm so loud too. This is all. I'm turning you down for just a sec. Can you turn that down just a little bit? Sorry. Okay. This doesn't. I don't hear. Okay, so that cuts out that background audio.
There it was. I don't hear the static anymore. It was after you pressed that thing.
This?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's compressed now. Hold up. This could be. I mean, this is so loud in my head, but wait, this sounds a lot better. Throw your headphones on real quick. Alright, go ahead and talk with me for a little bit. Alright, I'm going to turn this down a little bit. So talk down. Yeah, breaking down. Hello viewers at home on Cotuit TV. Thanks so much for joining us. After the game, Scott Alexander sailing with you under a rocky game from Harwich Mariners lost at number 8. Really ends, this time at the hands of the Cotuit Kettleers. Things started off on a high note. I shouldn't say high note, but it was close. 5-4 later on, and then, pitching woes continued. Mariners struggled to put a run on the board again. Alright, go ahead and, how does this sound? Oh, its feedback is... We're gonna have to, move away. Because you hear that, it's coming from the headphones back into it. Alright, let me pull up. Let's just take a moment here.
Take your time.
But I don't really hear that background. I don't hear static anymore. You go like that and you hear it. Yep. But we go like this and it doesn't. But this doesn't go into. It shouldn't theoretically be heard over there, right? Like, I think this is just for us, though. Yeah. But we don't want the air to have the static. And I think that's like. Alright, you can hear me better now. But this is all headphones to myself. Left and right, left and right.
Alright, Anders, can I just grab my stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, you turn these mids down.
The first 3 innings,
Hello?
45 minutes.
Welcome into Harwich Mariners
From there, it was just
pregame show. I mean, I won't lie, this doesn't sound too terrible. No, but we don't know what, well, this unpressed gives us...
no, we can play with that all we want. It's how it sounds on the stream when it's live.
That's what I'm saying.
That's the difference, yeah.
Hey,
Do we sound like we're talking in a vacuum?
wait, hold up.
I'm switching chords real quick. Just a sec. David, give me just a sec. What's going on? What's the problem?
We're just doing a bunch of trial and error.
This cord, I think, should fit in the mixer, and this is just a different cord to the computer.
These headphones are nicer too, so we might need more crowd sound in our next one.
Need what?
Crowd sound in our next one.
No, you can hear it. Like, you can hear.
Okay, that's
Can I hand this to you for a sec?
Yeah.